What's cracking, man? How's everybody doing, man? Um, Salute to everybody out there, man. Salute to everybody out there, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. How's everybody doing, man? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Shout out to Gouch Merlot, Clocaine, KB Killer, KB8 Killer, Jacob Mullins, Rogue Nation. Shout out to everybody out there, man. We're going to get into this Charleston White situation a little bit, man.
Man, what's up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it? Man, y'all know what time it is, man. Say, listen, man, I'm just coming in for a minute, man. Y'all tune in, man. Because I've been seeing a lot of you boys talking on the internet. Man, I don't understand y'all. But listen, man, I'm going to try to figure y'all out, man. So y'all gonna come on in, man. Yeah. Yeah, let's go, man. We finna get this thing going, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Say, man, it's okay. That's all I can say. Man, I was sitting back listening to a lot of these guys happy, man. These boys were happy. Oh man. I'm watching a lot of you happy campers out there, man. I ain't know it was that many guys doggone happy campers out there. But everybody walking around happy and they smiling and they, whatever it is, you hear me? And I want to say this. This is what I want to say. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, man. It's gonna be alright. I know a lot of y'all looking for all the things to be able to talk about the worst things, and I know y'all is, but it's all content, ain't it? Now, in some of y'all heart, boy, y'all just don't want to see nobody win. See, y'all might be thinking that, oh man, you know how y'all be thinking, oh man, it's something new again. Well, it's something new again. You done. No. Again, it's nothing new. It's nothing new, y'all. What it is this here. A lot of you boys got that hate in y'all heart. A lot of you boys jealous, man. A lot of you boys jealous, and man, a lot of you boys got some real ill feelings. But talking about he got alcohol in his system. So you mean to tell me that the judge gonna go so far to lock somebody up for alcohol? Not marijuana, but alcohol. Well, that show you right there that he can't be no agent. He can't be working with them. No. If he was an agent, why would they be trying to pick?
So they trying to, I think he's saying that Charleston White, he just beat a case, right? If I'm correct, he just beat a case, aggravated assault with deadly weapon. So he probably was on paper or something, and maybe he failed the drug test with alcohol in the system. I'm not sure, man. I'm having a hard time.
Man, everything's all right. He all right. He great. They can't stop nothing, and y'all can't stop nothing. Y'all been trying to stop something for a long time, and y'all ain't been able to stop it for a long. Understanding that y'all really helping the movement. Y'all helping the movement, man. So we got some content dropping over there.
So apparently, Charleston White, I don't know, man. I still don't understand what the hell going on, man. I still don't know what the hell's going on with Charleston White, man. Charleston White has been taken into custody. Okay, I mean, I had a case before. It was dismissed with prejudice. So when your case is dismissed with prejudice, they can bring it back up at any time in the future. Or maybe they'll say like, a certain time period where they can bring it back up where you got to stay out of trouble. So I wonder if this case was dismissed with prejudice because he just went to court for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. And he came out of court. He was happy. He was celebrating. Because they didn't say he was arrested. They say he's taken into custody. Taken into custody makes me think he went to see his probation officer. And the probation officer alerted him that he failed the drug test. So he was taken into custody. He said, yeah, man, bruh took a while getting to the point. Shout out to everybody out there. We will get back into Charleston White a little bit later, man. Maybe we have somebody come up here who knows something about this situation.
It's just interesting to me that certain sports you're allowed to fight and other sports
That's
could
fair.
never happen.
And by the way,
Optics!
in international competition.
This is it shows how she doesn't understand. Like, contact is inevitable in hockey, right? So in hockey, contact is inevitable because you're on skates and you're in a confined space. You're in a skating rink. That's where there's walls. There's walls around the skating rink, and you're chasing a puck. And you're trying to score, and there's guys that's trying to stop you to score. And contact is inevitable because you can't stop. The only way you can really stop in hockey is to hit somebody or to hit the wall. Contact is inevitable because of the nature of the surface, the medium that you're playing on. So contact is inevitable. And in a way to make the game safer is to allow guys to get some of that fighting out of their system, some of that aggression out of the system by fighting, because contact is inevitable when you're playing on ice in a confined space that's walled, a confined walled space. Basketball, you're playing on wood with tennis shoes. Contact is not necessarily inevitable. Football, you're padded up, you got a face mask on. They fight, but you're on grass. I think the fact that you're on contact that you're on ice, and it's very hard to stop your momentum. It's very hard to stop your kinetic energy going forward without running into another person or running into the wall. I think that causes a lot of the stuff in hockey. And also, Molly won't say this, white boys can fight and walk away. White dudes can fight and walk away. White dudes can fight and walk away. Press 1. They can fight and it be over. A white dude can fight another white dude. A white dude with all his friends there can fight another white dude with all his friends there and nobody jump in the fight. I'm going to say that again. A white dude with all of his friends there and another white dude with all of his friends there, they can both fight one-on-one and no one jump in. Niggas can't do that. The men you like, Molly, like me, the men you like me, there's no way that could happen. Those two things can't happen. We can't fight and just let that be it and leave it there. And we can't fight with our crews there without it being a brawl. We can't do it, Molly. I thought you was laying in bed with brothers all the time and getting your back blown out by brothers. You ain't been studying brothers, man. You ain't been taking notes on brothers. You don't understand the nature of brothers, man. All that BBC you've been taking. All that wood you've been taking, you still don't understand brothers. That's sad, Molly. That's so sad, man.
It's just interesting to me that certain sports you're allowed to fight and other sports could never happen.
And by the way,
optics
in international competition over the.
And whenever you have a sister doing like that, you invited to the cookout. But you was already invited to the cookout, Molly. You was coming to cookout anyway because you know it's gonna be some brothers there. So Molly was coming anyway, even if she wasn't invited. You was gonna have to kick her out. But you see the sister going, I hate this place, man. This ESPN. Everything's all racial. These people act like they living in 1532. All these wealthy black people, most of them in relationships with white people. Most of them, all the jobs, all the positions in their life, accountant, lawyer, handler, dietitian, trainer, manager, all those positions are filled by white people in their lives. Wife, husband. And yet they get on TV and act like on their way to work, they had to dodge a lynch mob or something. People are annoying, man. People are tired of this too. Their ratings probably suck.
It's just interesting to me that certain sports you're allowed to fight and other sports could never happen.
And by the way,
optics.
In international competition over the last 50 years, they've had a total of 5 fights. USA and Canada, they had 3 and 9 seconds on Saturday night. That drove me crazy. All right, number 2.
Just a little hypocrisy.
All right, number 2.
Okay, Molly, we got it, man. The brothers in the NBA can't fight. The brothers with all their hood entourages can't fight because it's big 7 foot and 6'10" and 6'6" black dudes punching on each other. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look. No one wants to see big 7 foot guys beating the crap out of each other, walking around with black eyes and missing teeth. Because that's what's going to happen. When them big dudes, them big black dudes start punching on each other, it's going to be a lot of black eyes, a lot of missing teeth, a lot of broken bones, a lot of ugly scenes too, because it's going to get out of hand. Most of the scenes are going to get out of hand. Very few of them are just going to be one-on-one fights. She doesn't mention that in hockey, they allow the guys to fight one-on-one. She's not mentioning that. She's not mentioning that. That the guys are allowed to fight one-on-one. She's not mentioning that. These guys, this is like a gentleman's duel. These guys, these guys drop their gloves and they go one-on-one. And everyone else stands back and watches. This guy ain't gonna get in it. This guy ain't gonna come hit this guy upside the head with a stick. It's one-on-one. And when it's over, it's over. Look how easy it is. Watch this. Once it's over, it's over. It's over. They fighting one-on-one, and then it's over, and it's over. And this guy, he walks to his thing, and this guy goes to his penalty box, and they got the penalty box. Could you imagine a penalty box in a black sport? They'd be like, it's mass incarceration. This reminds us of jail. These guys go into a jail. They got a jail on the hockey rink. It's called the penalty box. You go do jail time during the game. Now these two dudes, it's about to get cracking. Look. Everybody gets back and lets these two dudes fight. Nobody jumps in it. It's one-on-one.
Here you go. And then he said,
and then they both go to jail. And when it's over, they both go to hockey jail. All right, it's over. Hockey jail. Both of you go to hockey jail. And it's over. Molly ain't thinking about that. Molly Karam is trying to make it seem like it's racial. Because that's the. I don't think it's racial. Black dudes don't play hockey either. You ever think about? There's so many things where she's wrong about this. Black dudes don't play hockey either.
It's just interesting to me that certain sports you're allowed to fight and other sports could never happen.
And by the way,
optics.
In international competition over the last 50 years, they've had a total of 5 fights. USA and Canada, they had 3 and 9 seconds on Saturday night. That drove me crazy. All right, number 2.
Just a little hypocrisy.
All right, number 2. This is a big.
Stephen A know that. Stephen A know. He a brother. He know. Even though he gonna lie. He woke brother. He gonna lie. That's true. Jesus Christ.
This right here, the kickoff. Remind them who the big dog. They say I can take.
Stacey Abrams, man. God, dog. Let me go here, man. Shout out, everybody hit the like button, man. Take the $7 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Support the channel.
You okay? You have bronchitis?
Huh? Shut nigga.
I just want to let you know that that's very fucking cringe.
That's not one guy! He's not one! No! He's live streaming this! Oh my god! No! 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 I know you! I'm so good! Oh my god!
See you on TikTok.
No!
You okay? You have bronchitis?
Huh? Shut nigga.
I just want to let you know that that's very fucking cringe.
That's not one guy! He's not one! No! He's live streaming this! Oh my god!
So what happened there? I don't know what happened there. Did she not know she was being live streamed? Did she not know she was being live streamed? Yeah, she didn't know she was being live streamed, I guess. DarooBaby was supposedly killed last night. He's a rapper, DarooBaby. DarooBaby was killed last night, guys.
Real quick, the bad guys know they better stay at home tonight.
Damn.
I go blow in the trenches with my rapper killers.
Damn. once a black dude, once these dudes die, damn. 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 This rapper got killed. This is the first time in a while a rapper's gotten killed, man. We haven't seen a dead rapper in a minute, man. We haven't seen a dead rapper in a minute. Yeah, that stuff is hard to read, but they mocking his death. At the end of the day, those tweets is just mocking this guy's death. These are his ops mocking his death. Jeez. Do y'all want to hear some of the musical stylings of Daru? I had no idea who this guy was. I don't know where he's from. I don't know anything about this guy. I've just learned about him today. DarooBaby. Okay. DarooBaby. Let's listen to some of the stylings of DarooBaby, man. Oh, he's from Houston. 6 days after being released from prison. Damn, yeah, Daru gone, man. Fucked up, man. Let's listen to some of the stylings of DarooBaby. Hold on, let's see what happened.
So I'm not gonna be saying that. The Texas artist DarooBaby, who was cool with Summers, Can and all of them, has been confirmed shot dead. There's already people claiming the body, so I'm not gonna be saying names because I ain't the feds. But
damn, dead ass nigga. Listen to this shit. Look at this shit. I thought nigga was a term of endearment, man. That's what I've been told, man. This dude said dead ass nigga.
because I ain't the feds, but there's already rappers claiming the body, so I ain't want to believe it, but he's really gone. And it's crazy because this man had just gotten out of jail. Like, we haven't really been hearing from him because he be in and out of jail. Like, he's a dope as I don't know what rapper. I actually listened to some of his music, but he kept getting locked up.
Ain't a murder with all these sticks, they saying we clicking up. Big boy really ain't having no cash, you'll get killed in a TRX truck. Slow ass nigga like Ryan and scared to be pressed on them brakes, then he knowing he fuck. Gucci in the back with a big ass Drake, I don't know what it means, screaming K me up.
Damn, dead nigga rolling. Bro got a brand new button on the back of the Glock. He can't even control it. I'm nigga running the us and ducking their head, but really to get shit smoking. I'm in a murder, it's me and a wallet with 200 shots wherever we post. Hit that block when we jump.
Better get his head right. Walk out left up at that red light. Smoking 722 because he died up at that red light. This is a big ass Drake on bro.
And it seemed like all of this stemmed from a petty beef, unlike the Little Zelly situation, who was also shot recently this year. We all know Daru liked to troll and did it with Jason. Probably was trolling tons of other people that we don't know about. He was singing about another dead nigga. I don't know if these two have something to do with each other, but we know Daru liked to troll. Now, one thing about this rap game, and you really rapping about real life stuff, because you know a lot of people be on the GTA RP, and all my young up and coming hard artists, you can rap about this. But you gotta get out these streets, man. These streets don't let, especially out your, if you're gonna rap about this, you need to get out your city, bro, because you know people be hating. You can't be, the city's is what's gonna get you taken out the most. Like, people outside your own state gonna show you more love than people that's in the city, man. I didn't even know he got re-locked up because I did see him come back out, but I didn't know, like, bro, literally just got out. Like, they're saying he wasn't even out of a week, and not a lot of people even knew he was out. Yo, this whole situation is just, Summers or nobody in RR has really even spoke about this yet. I don't even think they know because it literally just came out. But yeah, Daru's known Summers and all them for a while now. I couldn't imagine how they feeling right now.
Yeah, he ended up hitting me up like 2019. No. Like 2020, he hit my line like the end of 2020.
Yeah.
Because I dropped some song called Waikiki. So he had liked my shit and followed me and shit. Then we ended up following each other. Then boom, like on some crazy shit. Like my partner ended up texting me and shit, like telling me he need me to go, like go get busy with him and shit. But, I'm on some shit like, damn, bitch, what's going on? So he didn't really want to lace me up on it and shit. So boom, in the midst of that nigga Summers had texted me and shit. He like, bro, you from the A222? Like, yeah, dude, we get to chopping it up and shit. Summers, he fucked my nigga BM.
Oh,
and my nigga wanted smoke behind it, man.
I mean, when you want smoke behind that shit?
Nah, I ain't beefing about no hoes. He ain't beefing about that. Like,
no, that's not no hoe at that point.
It's not, but she chose up. She did that.
That's bad.
Summers flew her out to wherever he stayed in Florida or something like that. He flew her out, and the weekend she was flew out. She had blocked her boyfriend on everything, randomly just blocked him. Then he ended up finding out where she was at, found out she was with Summers. So Summers hit my line and shit. He like, damn, like, bitch, I fuck with. But he ended up finding me, like finding my music and shit before that shit, you feel me? Before he fucked bro bitch. But then he ended up finding out I fuck with bro. So he's like, damn, bitch, I fuck with you, but I ain't know this was your partner type shit. Like, yeah, bro, he trying to beef with me behind his bitch I fucked. I'm like, man, ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't care about you putting dick in no hoe, bitch. I don't care. Like, ever since then, me and bro been locked in. And that was like 2020, 2021 type shit.
Jesus Christ.
Drill music is taking over H-Town and Houston drill wave. And when we're talking about drill, we're talking about situations that's going to happen and people are going to drop. And unfortunately, in this situation last night, I
didn't hear the chirps. It was chirping. Oh, man. I'm a son, man. We can't hear that shit, man. I didn't hear one chirp. That's like a dog whistle, man. White people can hear that shit. Like sons, man, we can't hear that shit, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. Take the $7 challenge, man. We should have some people supporting the channel, man, every night, man. Take the $7 challenge. Support the channel. Yeah, I didn't hear no chirps, man. R.I.P. DarooBaby, man. DarooBaby. That's crazy.
One of the hottest up-and-coming Houston drill rappers out. Unfortunately, he's no longer here. DarooBaby, aka Darren Liggins, was unfortunately taken out last night on the south side of Houston, Texas, as you see right here. DarooBaby biggest song to date was 007, which was going crazy on the internet. Everybody was talking about it. And another crazy thing about this situation was the fact that he was just released from jail. And 6 days ago, he had put this, I'm supposed to be laid up tonight. It's my first day out. I don't know what the F I'm doing right now. He definitely had a big time personality and was in the street like deep. Check it out.
I'm gonna let you talk. How you went from GD to Crip? How I went from GD to Crip? It happened.
One of his alleged ops even went on their social media and changed it and put his profile picture. And also in their stories, they put out a post that had a lot of people talking when they put "I'm crying tears of joy" with his picture. So definitely had some situations going on in the streets we'll see how everything pans out and how everything gets resolved.
What's up, man? What's up? What's going on? Hot Black.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Man, rip Daru, bro. There was a lot of that smoke alarm was chirping its little heart out. You couldn't hear that shit?
Hell no.
It went off like 10 times while he was talking.
Yo, I ain't hear that shit. Let's hear 007. Let's see this joint, man.
We fall deep on another miss. Of course I'm with the game. I'm with James Harden. He ain't doing no miss. You would think he was born to aim. Got the love from his bitch. Y'all been fucking his miss. She showed me where he stayed. Now I'm ready to spin. Trigger finger easy. Switch, he ain't getting away. I'm trying to spin. He's trying to fight this shit. Like Jay won't pull a little tilt. Let her keep playing. Like she ain't all speak. Bitch, you know him. He was a hooper, but he died in that field. He should have stayed in the gym. These niggas try snitching. Got me fighting the case. Hell nah, I ain't beefing with them. Back to what I was saying. I just got a new Glock. Plus I got Buddy drop. Guess when we spraying, he don't get no pass. Remember they spin my block? We 4 deep. James trying to test out his beam, but so he mad as fuck. We been lurking too long. These niggas never outside, but we ain't finna give up. We circle that spot like back to back. Wait, let's get right by that truck. We like to spin back to back, but I said fuck that, let's walk up. We finna creep. He got a dick in his pocket, and the little man's got a drink. They 7 deep, the odds on us, but fuck, we still finna spray. James, hold up. Little bitch, let me catch up. He ain't trying to wait. We start shooting, they ain't reach for they plug. Folks tried to get away, but Sosa don't play. He wanted to one with the Drake. He was prepared for the chase, with his faith in the hoe. Then he got hit with the plug, but the rest of that shit I can't say.
James, on your heart out. That's some raw, unfiltered talent right there.
I'm telling you, man. Like, yo, he can't miss kid, man. Like, shit. I mean, goddamn. I mean, like, it just he wow.
Oh man, was having some hard time finding the rhythm there.
Yeah, man, and his voice, like they say he got a buzz. He hot. That's crazy.
H-Town's finest.
Shit. Fuck.
Lil Nooney and Glock Boy stank.
Let's see this one. Maybe this one's better.
Before 19, nigga, I been blue 20,000. We get up close and fuck shit up. We ain't tryna shoot no house. Me and my mom and them fucked up. They got chops on the side the couch. Big on my gang, you gonna get touched. Nigga, my shoes just wanted to pass. I know he ain't street, got a gun, never shot. You deep in the streets, never caught you a bite. If I hop out on feet, the barrel right beside me. TRS to fly like pie. That man Conseco caught that body. This shit in the streets never leak, we silent. We is the reason the ops don't party. Remember when Fatty shot Tay, he parked. Black boy stay with a 10 off for it. Cause when I was young, I felt that fire. Asked my daddy how I swung that child. Nigga, I was shot, it wasn't no time to cry. When I got shot, my shooter got shot. We reached in the beach, you can't fuck with this side. Put digging this bitch, that's killing his pride. A lot of niggas snitch suicide. And Boogie gon' slide and slide. Remember when Lee was working the SRT and I'm in the back slanging 9. The niggas know bankroll gon' up the scope every time. I'm be slanging and gang, I'ma take you down. After we hit that spot, they got on live. We spinning back. You wonder why your hoe got a dick in her mind. We having rats. If it's my partner today, you better stay inside. I'ma send him a pack. Yo hoe fuck with me cause you know what I do. She know you're ex.
The waste of oxygen, man. And every other resource that was used to breed these YN.
Yo, this shit is insane, man. Like, it leaves you speechless. I'm trying to think of the right words.
Crew in the back.
R.I.P. to the homie, but Jesus Christ. He's not good at rapping.
These are, terrible.
Salute to Mark Warning, man. He says, here's the OC University Scholarship Fund. Yeah, this is definitely a university, man. This is we holding court every night, man. Make sure you take the $7 pledge, man. Go ahead, man. What's cracking, man? Your thoughts, man, on this young artist that was unalive last night.
He has no rhythm. I thought some people were supposed to have a rhythm. And he should have called himself like Kangaroo or something. That'd be a little more like catchy and cool.
Damn, they had no rhythm. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to find a song that's good, man. Like, I mean, I like the girl in that video. That girl, she looked good. The little young girl, though. She's probably like 18. She looked good though.
What is with the baby thing? Why is that?
Everybody's a baby because not in my era, but the era after mine. Well, I would say when I was in my 20s, everybody was little or young. We had baby. Baby was out, but everybody didn't have baby on their name. So you was little because black men, we're like children of the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we subconsciously infantilize ourselves. You know what I mean? We infantilize ourselves. Many of us is raised by single mothers. Many of us, plateau at around 14 when it comes to like maturity and stuff and development. Not saying we don't develop physically, but I'm talking about just emotionally and cognitively, we plateau around 14. So it's like everybody in my era was little this, little Wayne, little Zane, little this, little that, or young this, young Jeezy, young that. And now in this era, it's baby. They all babies, so they even younger than us. We was little and young, now they're babies. So they're going backwards. We're going backwards as black men.
Oh, I can't
Little
tell.
fetus.
Yeah, just don't put it past them to start calling themselves fetuses.
Thanks for explaining that, though. I probably should have been able to put that together.
I mean, that's just my theory. You know what I'm saying?
You're onto something.
Yeah, it could be. Some people might say, hey, it's just the fact that a hot rapper calls himself this, and then the other then the other ones that come up just mock him. Just bite his style by calling themselves, baby too. So you know what I mean. But I think it's deeper than that. So let's see. Does he have any good songs? Any songs where he can stay on the beat? Let's see. Here we go. Let's try this one.
Hey, we cooking with Twister right now. Want all the smoke, man.
It's the 126.
We ain't thinking shit, nigga. Want all the smoke. We is the smoke, nigga.
Houston police say the man was shot.
Yeah, I shoot and drive, nigga. I get. He thought I was working the chop, but that's a 10 million. Blackfoot drag, he was shooting. The nigga ain't missing the drill. He perfect.
All right.
Well done. I'm not finding it here.
How do you perform a song live when it's not on beat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the beat tells you when to start your rap. Like every performance.
I mean, they don't even care anymore in the live performances. It's like they don't even perform the song anymore. They just get up there and just be like, yeah, and then they'll say, maybe the hook. That's pretty much all they do.
Yeah, while they have a gun hanging from their teeth or some shit. The videos are getting more and more wild too.
It's not about quality at all. It's just a vibe.
But still, like, for instance, like, say because a lot of these little young dudes, like, they'll get a Grammy or something, or American Music Award for this shit, right? If it go viral, if it's hot enough, right? So you out there and the sound guy because I've been to the Apollo and I've been, with at that time my girlfriend's sisters. So she would go to the Apollo. We would drive up to New York, and during the week they have Apollo every night. So the people you see on the Saturday show, that's the winner from each night of the week. Okay, so during the week they have all the shows, and they take the winner and put them on the Saturday show. So now but they have a band at the Apollo, or they have a sound guy. So you have to link up with him. When you gonna, are you gonna come in on this? You're gonna come in on the 2. You're gonna come in here. How you want to come in? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they ask you all that stuff so they can, know when you're gonna come in, so they can know when to play. Switch it up or whatever. Do all the, the music right. If you're not on beat, how do you do that with the sound guy at the arena or the club? How do you link up with him?
Something tells me they're not thinking that far ahead.
It just sounds like ass. That's all it is. It just comes out sounding like ass, and then they just, roll with it. It's just a vibe.
Shit, man.
It's just the bass.
It's bass, all right.
Come here, dig, I ain't cuffing no pig. What you mean put it up? I ain't taking no switch. When I up, give it up, I'ma do your ass feel. When I up, don't fuck, it'll be over quick. Hey, gang, bust this right, that car moving fish. If they bust this right, we gon' hop out and switch. You know to put a car, nigga, we gon' drench. Dig riding the options, you put in the mix. Goddamn, can't wait till they free 2 seats. I poppin' the ass, he don't give me his wrist. Of course, this street shit comes from Reese. Suit up off a pill, same one took Chris. Suit up for a drill, fuck the rap shit. I almost had black, but he fast enough. We do not tolerate blue, how the fuck you trip? Don't think it's ain't on me, I promise it's nil. Tryna walk to the store, get hit by the whip. I'ma hop out the whip, then empty the clip. Gang, you never seen shots over here. BNG guard, savage of the year. Gang, the switch get glued to my hip. Now he wanna kill me, his bitch giving lit. That old ass work you ain't slid in 3 years. Nigga, you a bitch, who you think you feel? When Tavi got shot, he left his mama whip. If I see it up anywhere, he flip. Drench, nigga. I shoot and drive, nigga, I get. He thought I was working the chop, but that's a 10 million. Blackfoot drag, he was shooting. The nigga ain't missing the drill, he perfect contend. Gotta watch your back, street shit get stick. Just come here, dick, I ain't cuffing no pick. What you mean put it up, I ain't taking no switch. When I up, give it up, I'ma do your ass feel. When I up, don't fuck, it'll be over quick. Hey, gang, bust this right, that car moving fish. If they bust this right, we gon' hop out and switch. You know to put a car, nigga, we gon' drench.
Like, is this the chorus, or what the hell's going on? Anyway, I'm gonna drop my track soon. You think I should go with Lil Hot Black or Baby Hot Black or Hot Black Baby?
Lil Baby Hot Black.
Oh yeah, Lil Baby Hot Black.
Jesus.
Young Lil Baby Hot Black.
Young HB. Oh, you could be Young KB.
This shit, man. So they said he's a snitch? Damn.
It's not looking good for DarooBaby right now. Known as a Texas rapper with heavy street ties, DarooBaby built a rep as a hothead, going viral for a wild fight video on Facebook, and even getting in shootouts. He's been through it all. Once he even had his gun snatched by a Mexican in Texas and ended up getting a finger shot off in the process. But despite all this, he kept dropping music and
damn. Yo.
The way they edit these videos, I want to throw up, because they cut so many scenes together so quickly. It's like you're having an epileptic seizure the whole time.
Yeah, these make me mildly nauseous.
in Texas and ended up getting a finger shot off in the process. But despite all this, he kept dropping music and stayed active in the streets, linking up with RR and Summers to boost his street cred.
Things got complicated when DarooBaby was pulled over in a traffic stop. Police claimed he had a switch on his gun, but it turned out to be a custom clip that attaches to his pants.
Narrating this video?
Though those charges were...
Who?
Is new guy narrating this
No,
video?
he doesn't say like 50 fucking times.
Okay, yeah, alright, must not be him.
To his pants. Though those charges were dropped, he still faced gun possession charges as a felon. After serving time, DarooBaby got out, dropped more tracks, and went back to the streets. But it wasn't long before he was locked up again, this time on unknown charges, allegedly showing DarooBaby snitched on a friend during a jail call. This comes after he publicly called out Jace for snitching, only to have his own name tied to the same allegations. It's a huge blow to his street credibility. Many think this could be the end for DarooBaby's street rep, much like what happened to Jace. With a music career built on his street image, it's hard to see how he'll recover. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is DarooBaby's career officially over, or can he turn it around?
This was months ago, so
yeah, he didn't turn it
So
around.
he's dead now?
Yeah, he died last night.
Right.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Good. Nice. Rest in peace.
He told.
One thing I will say from being, around even in my day, you get a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old in the interrogation room, man, they talking, especially the ones that's in there for the serious charges. Like the shooters and the tough guys in the hood, they snitch a lot. And it just is what it is, man. They young, they get in there, they nervous, they scared. They just start blabbering, running their mouth, talking. It is what it is, man. The majority of the time, and I know a lot of y'all probably seen First 48.
I was just thinking of it.
It's literally like that, man. Like you 17 years old, you just shot somebody, and now the cop is couple grown men, grown ass cops got you in the room, and they telling you they know everything, and you can help yourself and shit. But if you don't help them help you, you gonna go to jail forever.
I just won't call my mama.
Yeah, they're always, all of them are rats. I would bet in any one of these crews, 90% of these dudes done talked when they got arrested at some point. Because remember, they get arrested a lot too. So it's not like just like one arrest or two arrests. These little motherfuckers is getting arrested 30, 40 times and shit during their teenage years. So that's a lot of opportunities for conversations with detectives. You know what I mean? There's a lot of opportunities for conversations with cops, behind closed doors. We're not talking about somebody that just got arrested once and went parsing that shit. We talking about dudes that's in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Shit crazy.
That shit crazy. Like the
quality content here.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man. That shit crazy.
That shit crazy, cuz.
Yeah, man. R.I.P. DarooBaby, man. That's he can
Swing my dough with Marco Drake. You know it's me when I slide, cause when I slide, I'm playing Rogue and K. He trying to reverse switch, fully takes his ass, he ain't getting away. Nigga, we all 200K. We spaz case, BNG game when you play, you gon' lay. Just keep the curve, get on this mic like deuce. Let me to the lake, I go loose today. Today, just some in the room.
So bad.
It's offensively bad.
You can't keep the beat at all.
It's a fucking crime to call this shit music, man.
It is.
Crime against the arts, humanity. I'm looking for that missing finger though, and that.
Oh shit!
The one the Humberto took.
Not over his finger. God. Oh. Yeah, that shit is just bad.
My God.
I ain't slide on the monitor, still trying to slide for my guy. He still under us. He gotta put in the time. She a runner up. All of my bitches be fine. It's like double dutch. You better not trip off the line. Rich off the streets, got paid off for crime. It could be petty. I'ma still come slide. Play one time, I'ma go on the ride. Dedicated my life to the drill. You ain't know? I love this beef shit for real. Head tap, but he got killed insta kill. COD. We really tore army gas bags reek. Put him in the vacuum. We sent the deceased. He should have stayed out. I'm stuck in the streets. Niggas the life that I damn near sleep. I'm trying to fight my pill. Get on that, he clutching for what? ARP beat on his back and then flew out his gut. He got took, but he was clutching for nothing. I got booked, cause I was hitting it. One time you look, niggas know we be stepping and spinning and spun. These niggas was ducking and running. I by the P, but I smoke outside the onions.
He didn't even live long enough to be a diabetic drag on society.
Yeah.
Some people in social media does not mix well at all.
I mean, he's like the most consistently bad that I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's not a good rapper, but they like that type of stuff. So it's like, wow, they like that. It's crazy. They think that sounds good. That sounds good. Yikes. Let's go ahead and get
A
into
fake
bullshit.
delivery driver with a real gun. Pierce County deputies say they've made an arrest, and they have a warning for you tonight. Thanks for joining us for Fox 13 News at 5. I'm Matthew Smith.
And I'm Hannah Kim. Investigators say the 11-time convicted felon was casing houses dressed in a fake UPS outfit. Fox 13's AJ Janival talking to investigators about how you can stay one step ahead of clever crooks.
Investigators say the suspect was even using the Pierce County scanner app to monitor any sort of police activity to make sure that they weren't on her tail. I got a chance to speak with sheriff's officials here today who gave me information on what you can do to make sure you stay safe from any sort of similar crimes.
I'll tell you what you look like. You look like a prowler.
What is a prowler?
A prowler is somebody who goes door to door checking to see if houses are going to be unoccupied. Yes.
An answer for nearly everything. As investigators say, 37-year-old.
Oh shit! It's Guy Fieri, man. What happened, man? Thought you had a successful career, man, as a chef, man.
Heather Bevier donned a phony UPS outfit Sunday evening and stalked through a South Hill neighborhood.
She had burglary tools on her. She had shaved keys. She had everything that would indicate she was definitely out prowling people's yards.
Do you have any guns or weapons on you?
No.
Put your hands on the...
Investigators say that was a lie.
This is a weapon? No. We're getting detained.
Probable cause documents I obtained say the 11-time felon with convictions of armed robbery.
See? Why they don't never say nothing when white people do this stuff? Even
What's
though
the over-under on this one being a mud shark, Hawk?
Nah, she ain't no mud shark. Nah, not with that hairdo. Not with that hairdo. No. They dress. They try to attract sunmen. You're not gonna attract a sunman with that hairdo. Salute to Gaucho Merlot, man. It says, salute. Here is something for Ox Dead Rapper Society. God, nice. Oh man. Shout out to Louis Barrow, man. Says, my job hired a son sister on Brita. Should I shoot my shot? She got 3 kids, though. What would I do? I would stay as far away from that woman as possible, man. Facts.
And identity theft had a loaded Derringer on her.
Very scary situation for
Derringer.
anybody. I mean, we want our packages to be delivered, and we want to be able to trust who's delivering those packages to our house.
Investigators say Bevier had bullets, meth, a notebook with people's credit card information, and was using the Pierce County scanner app to try and stay a step ahead of the police.
It's possible she was listening to everything that was going on, but she figured maybe her costume, dressed as a UPS worker, was going to be sufficient to get through.
It didn't fool investigators, and sheriff's officials say, don't let it fool you.
If you know that you're not expecting any package or any reason that a UPS or delivery person should be at your door, you shouldn't be answering the door. Or talk to the person through the door, ask them why they're there.
Now, according to those probable cause documents, Bevier later admitted to law enforcement that she was in the neighborhood to burglarize a house and wearing the UPS costume to avoid suspicion. She's held behind bars on a 25.
So she ended up ratting on herself. See, I told you they always tell on themselves, man. These criminals, man.
$1,000 bail. Reporting in Pierce County, I'm AJ Janival, Fox 13 News.
May I help you?
What you mean, how may you help you?
Because I want to see if you lost anything.
What? I want to see if you lost anything. You okay? What do you want to see that for? Because I had got a couple calls says you was wandering around here. And I can't wander? Yes, you can. It's a crime for wandering?
I never said it. You're saying it's a crime for wandering.
So what's the problem?
Well, people are concerned that you here.
What people is concerned with that guy?
People, this is a very wealthy neighborhood, man. And you just walking around.
Like a little place, brother.
Yeah, man. You about to get a rope, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this. I understand this. I can understand this, man. I've been him before, man. I've been him before. You know what I'm
I've
saying?
been stopped in the neighborhood like this, walking around.
Yeah, it never, offends me, you know what I'm saying, like that, especially if I look like he looks, and especially because you know that people who have nice things, man, there's nobody walking. Here's another thing too. There's nobody else walking. The only people walking are old ladies who are like maybe walking with their little tights on and doing their power walking or something like that. but you're not gonna see nobody walking around this neighborhood either. It's not like it's just teeming with people buzzing up and down the street. You're the only person that's walking around that motherfucker. Because we used to canvas, right? We used to canvas neighborhoods like this all the time. We would go to all these neighborhoods we would go to. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get a good quote that lead to a nice sale, and we would go to neighborhoods like this all the time. And as soon as the sun go down, man, you better get out of there because they'll call the police on you because you can't canvas in Virginia after the sun goes down. So like, yeah, as soon as it start getting dark, we out of there because these people will call the police on you, and they call the police on you if you canvassing too because they don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I understand it, man. I'm not offended, man. I'm not offended by that stuff, man. I'm not offended when people who live in nice neighborhoods want to call the police because here's the thing. We used to, when we were canvassing, our guys would routinely steal packages. Our canvassers, our outdoor salesmen, they would routinely, and they was mostly black, like 90% black, and 90% of them was hood and shit like that, because that's the only people you can get to do that job. Walk around and shit and, try to get leads. We'd teach them to pitch in like one day. It'd be like a one-day orientation. Teach them to pitch. You know what I'm saying? Hi, I'm so-and-so. I'm with Premier Housing, and we're just in the neighborhood doing some work. We wanted to see if we could give you a quote for your roof or your window, blah, blah, blah. And you know what I'm saying? And these niggas would go out there and they would, walk around, and they sucked at it too because they were horrible at it because they're not good. They're like DarooBaby. They're like in that stage of their life. You know what I'm saying? So they suck at outdoor sales. So what they would do to supplement their income, because they wouldn't really, outdoor sales is basically commission. So you really ain't gonna get no check if you don't get no leads. So they would steal packages, man. And you know what I mean? It would just be like that would be what they would do. So it's like, yeah, I don't blame people for seeing some niggas in their neighborhood and being wary. Not at all.
Got to do with me. It's a problem. Yes, it might be a problem. People are concerned about you. They want to know about these people. Okay, but they want to know why you're in the neighborhood. Why they don't need to know why I'm in the neighborhood. I'm in the neighborhood. I feel like I'm being in the neighborhood. So you just feel like being in the neighborhood. I just feel like being in the neighborhood. So you just feel like. So you just wondering. Feel like walking through the neighborhood. Yeah.
And here's the thing too, about his attitude. Look at it from his perspective, right? Say he's not doing nothing, right? He's going to get mad. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be upset if somebody comes and asks you a question. But say he is doing something. He's also mad because the cop is fucking with him while he was trying to do something. You know what I'm saying? So he mad all the way around. Either way, he mad.
I mean, it really doesn't matter what you come up to him and say about anything. He's going to get mad.
He's going to get mad if you look at him.
Exactly. Oh, if you look at him, great. If you came out on the if the homeowner right here was watering his grass, was like, "Hey, can I help you?" He would be mad about that.
Absolutely. Like, I just walk with you. You black like I know. I'm gonna walk with you. So we gonna walk. We walking together, right? I can't walk with you. I didn't say you can't walk.
Why you harassing me, bro?
How I'm harassing you?
Because you walk. I don't even know you first and foremost. And you just hopped out of your car asking me why am I walking through. I'm on camera, bro. The whole time I've been out here, I'm on camera.
You on camera too?
Walking through the fucking neighborhood. So what's the problem?
I'm walking with you.
You don't gotta walk with me.
Yes, I do. Why? Why? You said we just walking, right?
I'm just walking.
And I'm walking too.
Why I can't walk by myself? What's the problem?
Can I ask you what's the air?
Because I feel like it.
And I feel like walking with you.
You can't. So
how can I walk with you?
Back in your truck, bro. You black, bro. You know what's going on.
Now here's the thing. At some point, you know what I'm saying, you just be like, all right, you just cooperate. Look, man, hey, can you give me a ride where I'm going in? Or like, yo, where you don't want me to be in the neighborhood? All right, then I'm leaving. All right, I'm going. I'm leaving. I'm walking out. I'm going this way. Then he was like, no, that way doesn't lead out. You got to go this way to get out. I'll be like, all right, I'll go that way and I'll leave out the neighborhood.
Well, that would take some modicum of common sense, which doesn't really seem to be in large supply.
Going on,
and I guarantee you somebody's daughter around there probably getting fucked by him or something. Somebody's daughter, That's what usually brings people around these neighborhoods. It's usually some teenage girl or some young girl.
Some people. Give a down, but I look like a robber because I'm black. I like a robber because I'm black. Now I'm being harassed.
Okay, because
you fucking up my day. Your supervisor told you gotta work. That's why you're doing what you're doing. And you're not even doing it because that's what you want to do. Because you're supervisor, and I'm in a rich neighborhood.
Because my supervisor know people
I'm
call
rich.
about you.
I'm rich.
And that's fine.
I live in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So why are you following me?
You live in the neighborhood. What's your name then?
It doesn't matter. I don't have to tell you my name.
Okay, now come on. We can stand here, just look at each other.
He's
I
lying.
don't want you walking with me. You harassing me.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I don't want you walking with me.
And these people don't want you.
I didn't do nothing wrong. What the f is the problem?
Because I'm trying to figure out why are you for one thing? Why
Because
are you so
I want
aggressive?
to.
Okay, now I can walk.
You don't have to walk with me though. You don't gotta walk with me. I want to walk in the neighborhood.
You said I don't have to, but I
because I feel like.
And I feel like walking with you. Because you want to curse, I can curse
That's
too.
harassing.
Nah, it's
You're
harassing with you. I tell this guy just walk with
what
harassing.
you do, bro.
I am doing what I'm doing.
Thank you.
I'm doing what I'm doing,
bro.
Mhm.
You ain't gotta follow me. Why is you following me though?
I'm doing what I'm doing. You just said I don't have to, but I can. That's two different things like you.
Serious?
You don't have to. You want to speak to my supervisor.
You're harassing me.
You say you want to speak to my supervisor.
You're harassing me.
My supervisor's on his way too.
You're harassing me, pussy. I've been f***ing cameraed up since I came in this f***ing neighborhood.
this is?
Go f*** your camera. Get off my dick.
Okay.
Get off my dick, man.
Okay.
What you follow me for? Because I'm in this neighborhood. Yeah.
What's
I ain't
recently
committing no
dick
crime.
made?
My
It's
name
not going
Daryl
well.
Baker.
Okay, Daryl Baker.
What's up?
What's your date of birth?
The f*** is you talking about?
I'm not talking about anything. I'm right here, man. I'm
face.
right here. Stop moving.
Why is
Stop moving.
Listen, I don't gotta stop moving.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Why is you
I'm
detaining
telling
me?
you.
For what?
Stop.
For what?
Stop.
For what?
Stop.
For what? Man, don't touch me no more, bro. For what? I don't gotta stop moving.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
So here's the thing, like, if you somebody, right, and you got things going on, like say you got kids you got to pick up, or you got, a family you got to take care of, you would find a better way, a way out of this situation. If you don't have none of that, you don't have an apartment, you don't have a car that, you can go to jail over some stupid shit. But he's telling me by the way he's behaving, even though I can understand a little bit, like, yo, you fucking with me. After a certain point, don't you got responsibilities? Don't you got places you got to be? Don't you got to pick up your wife? Don't you got to be home for dinner time or tuck the kids in? Or don't you got to wake up tomorrow and go to work and shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, could going to jail, like, is it worth it over this? Is the preponderance of your life's responsibilities way more than winning this dick slinging contest with these cops?
Doesn't seem to play into it very much.
Right.
What would were the phone calls to the police just like there's a man looking suspicious in the neighborhood?
Yeah, they'll call the police on you. Yeah, they will call the police on you. They'll just say there's some guy walking around. Like, you got to also understand too, like, this is hunting ground too. These people are targeted because of the neighborhood, especially for homeless. Didn't you just see the last video? The white girl walking around the neighborhood.
I was preoccupied. Sorry.
Okay, well, yeah, casing the joint. People case these neighborhoods, and these people are victimized.
They have every right to be. This guy's 100% a criminal. You could tell just by the look of him. He's a black dude in a white. I mean. In a fucking wife beater, walking around the neighborhood, just fucking leering at people and shit.
Yeah, he was definitely peering into people's windows. Like, fuck.
So, PN says, celebrating my good fortune with a super chat. Love the earlier start time. Yeah, I'll be trying to get. I got some rest today, man. A lot of days, man, because I go to sleep late. Then I got to clean up and everything. I might not get to bed till 4. Then I got to wake up at 6 something. The kids ready. Help get the kids ready for school and everything. Take them to school. Take them to the daycare, and then come back. And then I'm like tired as shit. Make a couple videos for my other channel. And the day goes by so fast, I might not be able to take the nap I want. But today I took a good nap. I took a good nap today, man. So I'm well
Me too.
rested. Yeah.
Yeah, KB, you
What crime did I commit?
I'm not saying you committed.
All right, so why am I stopping? Why am I detained?
I'm sitting
All
up.
I'm doing is walking through the fucking neighborhood.
Okay.
All I'm doing is walking through the fucking neighborhood.
That's fine.
That's it.
Now I just need to make sure that you're clear.
Listen, man.
All
I
right?
don't need. Listen, man. Get the fuck out of my face. That's what you do. You get the fuck out of my face.
I'm not getting out of your face. I'm right here, my man.
Out of my face.
But Mr. Baker.
Listen, man. Why is y'all harassing me?
Mr. Baker, he told you why he called.
Hey, I don't care. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
I
you do,
can't
Mr.
walk through a
Baker.
fucking neighborhood.
Baker, he
I
told you.
can't walk through a fucking neighborhood.
You always walk through
That's all I'm doing. I'm not.
And here's the thing too, like one thing some men don't do is that they end up proving, like it's kind of like if you say some people are really violent, and then some men be like, "Fuck you, niggas, who you talking to? I'll kill your bitch ass," and it's like you just prove what I said. This guy now he's screaming at the top of his lungs in front of this homeowner's house. And there's a big scene with it went from one cop. It could have been just an interaction with one cop, and they could have found a resolution to this. Now there's a bunch of cops. He's screaming. They have to raise their voice. So now he's created the scene that people probably were skeptical about when they first laid eyes on him walking down the street. Like, this guy's a troublemaker. He's going to bring trouble. And look at him now. There's trouble.
I'm driving. I'm walking through a fucking neighborhood.
So then what's the problem with telling us who you
Run
are?
your fucking name.
What's the problem
I
with
do
telling us
the
who you
fuck I want to do.
Okay.
I'm a free man. I do what the fuck I want to do.
Now think about this. If you're a person, right? Any race, Iranian, Filipino, whatever, you're not black. And you just getting home from work just now, you missed everything, right? Up until this point. Or you were in the house working in your study and you went to the kitchen to get something to drink and now you hear this shit, right? You look out the window and you see him in his full glory. It fucking, what's that saying? It not a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's confirmation bias. It confirms everything that you were thinking. You know what I mean? Like, now I got some fucking moon cricket out here yelling at the top of his lungs, surrounded by police.
The cries of the moon cricket in the distance.
Yeah, I thought that police just shoot him as soon as they encounter him. I thought that they had to be the yes boss and what's that thing? The talk. This one didn't get to talk, right?
Let me soft shoot my way out of here.
Yeah, he didn't get to talk.
Dude, and I ain't fucking scared of you.
Okay.
Or going to jail.
That's fine.
So get the fuck out of my face.
I'm not gonna get out of your face.
Run the fucking name. Because you a dickhead ass white boy. That's what you want to be.
That's fine. You think how you want to.
You a dickhead ass white boy. That's what you want. Can I get some space?
No, you can't.
Man, you better get the
Stop.
Yo.
Stop.
Yo, run
Stop.
my name. Don't
Mr.
touch
Baker.
me.
Mr. Baker.
Run my
Stop.
name.
Stop.
Don't
Mr.
touch me.
Baker.
Why is you about to touch me?
Mr. Baker.
Why is he about to touch me?
Mr. Baker.
What you want to do? Shoot me?
No, I don't.
That's what you want to do? See? That's what you want to do?
I just want to know what.
While
Yeah,
he
that's what I
like
wanna do.
literally, while he's like posturing like he about to throw a punch and walking towards the cop. What you want to shoot me? 20 minutes into the fucking interaction. 20 minutes into the interaction, yelling, posturing, pontificating as if in an aggressive manner. Now, what you want to shoot me?
But, as others have observed, as you have observed, they enjoy this shit at some level, even if they don't even realize they're enjoying it. Like, otherwise,
Right.
why would they fucking pursue it all the time?
Right.
It's
That's what
baffling.
you want to do because I
Yeah, wherever you go, there you are, man.
fucking feel like it. Okay. Because I fucking feel like it. Okay. Because I fucking feel like it.
All right.
That's why the fuck I'm here.
Okay.
What's cracking?
Nothing's cracking, my man.
So why the fuck you in my face?
What's cracking, my man?
Nothing's cracking. Nothing's
What's cracking, homie? Sit down and rap with me, G.
I too am versed in the lingo, fellow patron.
This is crazy. So this guy's got to be calm. He's got to be restrained, and he knows that. He knows that
He's kind of enjoying it.
No, he's
Run
not
the
enjoying
fucking
this.
name and keep it moving.
I need to make sure that
Run
you're
the
good.
fucking name and get in that car. Run my name and get in your fucking car.
I'm gonna wait for another officer to get
Run
in
your
car.
name
He's smirking.
and get in your fucking car.
You're not gonna dictate what I do.
I know that.
Yo, man.
Too.
Yo, I'm trying to keep it moving like I've been doing. Why are you touching me, bro? Why are you touching me?
Stop moving.
Why is he touching me? Why are you look? Why is he touching me? Stop touching me.
Stop moving.
His name.
Some man been to prison. He got some nice guns. Some man done been to prison.
See his name?
Stop moving.
See his name?
All right.
See this fucking name?
Stop moving.
Why are you touching me?
Stop moving.
Why are you touching me, bro?
Stop.
I don't gotta stop moving. I'm not detained. Am I detained?
Right now you are being.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Run my fucking name.
You need to calm
I'm
down.
not
Nuh-uh.
being detained.
Yes, you are being detained.
Oh shit! There's a black cop. Black cop.
I think it started off with the Sun Cop. I love that shit, though. Why am I being detained? Yeah. No, I'm not.
Name.
I'll run it when I get another officer here.
He's gonna detain the
harassing me
police.
because I'm
That's what's
walking
going
through
on.
your fucking community. I'm from New York. I'm an independent fucking contractor. Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me.
Stop.
Stop touching me.
I thought he lived here.
And get the fuck out of my face. Period. All I did was go for a fucking walk. It's my fucking day off.
You say you're from New York?
I don't give a fuck. Girl, get the fuck out of my face.
Stop moving.
Yo,
listen, I've already told you.
Yo, run my name.
Stop moving.
So what you gonna do?
Here's the thing, though, that a lot of people don't understand. And shout out to Mac Knight, man. Mac Knight.
God damn.
Mac Knight in the
Salute.
building. Yeah, man. You know what, man? After that, man, I'm not gonna let anybody ask you no follow-up questions after that donation, man. You earn the right to be exempt from follow-up questions, man, for a week, man. Salute to Mac Knight. They haven't searched this guy yet, so they don't know if this guy has a weapon yet. That's one thing that a lot of people don't understand. Like, they don't know if he's armed because it doesn't take long to pull a gun. Like, people act like you can't just start shooting. They think it's like, I don't know, what do they think it's like, the fucking Wild West where you got to take 10 paces and draw, and like, no, you just bam, you start shooting. So they have to pat him down, or you bam, and you start stabbing.
We gotta get back to the point where the ass beating starts like 10 minutes ago. Man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, so I think they would feel much more comfortable if they had patted him down and knew he didn't have a weapon. I guarantee you. I think had the first cop been allowed to pat him down, see, man, I got no fucking weapons, man. Now let me go. It'd have been a whole different vibe. They don't know what he has on his person. Now you could say it would be easier to look because he has a wife beater on and some jeans. But you could never, as a cop,
do not assume
anything. Because he whip out a blade, he starts stabbing. Yeah, y'all might do. The other cop might shoot him dead in like 2.2 seconds. But if he stab you in your fucking neck, your fucking ass is gonna be dead in fucking 10 seconds.
What do?
What do you mean?
What you gonna do?
What do you mean?
What you wanna do? What you wanna do?
Listen, I need to make sure.
Run the name.
I'm not gonna run until I get another officer here.
Yo.
Got it? Like I said, you're not gonna dictate.
I'm not
my
detained,
decision.
homie.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
not a criminal.
I didn't
How
say
you
were.
detaining that's not doing a crime?
I didn't.
Go ahead, Mac Knight, man, and remember, nobody asked him a follow-up question. Go ahead, Mac Knight. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Oh, bro, I just got here, man. I'm gonna watch a little bit, bro. I'll come in.
This your bro. This guy kind of favors you, man.
How you detaining somebody that's not doing a crime? How you detaining me because I'm walking through the neighborhood? How you detaining me because I'm walking through the neighborhood?
All units are
Talking about why am I here? I'm here because I fucking feel like it. I'm here because I fucking feel like it.
I'm telling you to stop.
What you gonna do?
Right
You gonna
now,
arrest me?
You're gonna be.
You gonna arrest
You're
me?
gonna get arrested for
You gonna arrest? I don't give a.
Okay.
You illegally detaining me. You illegally detaining me. Man, run my name.
Listen, Mr. Baker.
Run my name.
Mr. Baker.
Why your hand on your gun? I'm
Hey,
unarmed.
hey,
Your hand is on a fucking weapon.
It's on top
Why?
It's on top of my
I'm unarmed.
Hey, can somebody give me like a real quick, like 30-second synopsis? Like, what's
He
going
just
on?
was walking. He was walking. He encountered one cop. It didn't go well. The cop called his backup, and it's not going well with the backup. He's walking through a very rich neighborhood. People have been calling the cops on him because he's just been some random son man walking through a rich neighborhood. And, you know, homeowners in the neighborhood, they gotten several calls about, you know, some random nigga walking through their neighborhood.
You can't
He
take
forgot to say he was
without your
jogging.
gun.
That's the correct answer.
An unarmed black man. An unarmed black man. You gonna buy me a house. That's what the fuck I'm looking for.
Oh,
A
he
house.
gave it away
And
there.
you gonna
Yeah, he was just in his neighborhood looking at a house under construction that this cop's gonna buy him.
unarmed
He's
black
looking for a
man.
lawsuit.
An unarmed black man. You gonna buy me a house. That's what the fuck I'm looking for. A house. And you gonna buy it. You gonna buy it. You gonna buy it.
There goes the neighborhood.
Y'all see me looking at houses, recording, looking at houses. That's what the fuck I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
But he also said he lived
I'm
there.
pointing my finger. It's a finger. You gonna
All
shoot
right,
me?
so he's
You
definitely
gonna
doing
shoot
too
me?
much.
Is you gonna shoot me?
Okay, all right. He's definitely doing too much. I'll say this. Man, I had a cop run up on me when I was going to my apartment. This was out in Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach PD ran up on me, bro. Like, and I was in full uniform. Okay, going to my apartment complex. It was a little wild. He's doing too much, but I mean, he's a son man, bro. Like, I mean, I get the anger.
Shoot me. Shoot me. Shoot. Shoot. You fucking racist devil. You gonna have my kids living like this. Shoot. Shoot.
Clearly, I can't talk to you.
Shoot.
You're in a little
Shoot.
agitated state.
This is kind of like George Floyd. Put me on the ground.
I keep thinking of him. I keep thinking of him for some reason.
Yeah, because your pig ass are harassing me. I'm walking through the neighborhood because I fucking feel like it.
And you're agitated.
Because I fucking feel like it. With a big ass dick.
My dick.
That's what I'm doing.
Bro, pause.
This is like quintessential son man.
This is like stream of
Yeah.
consciousness shit here. He literally just
This guy
snaps at whatever the fucking first thing that comes into his head.
This guy should be a case study.
I'm looking for a house. I'm just walking with my dick, bro.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh shit!
Walking through the neighborhood with a big ass dick. And I'm from New York. I'm not from Chicago.
No shit. So this obviously this is somewhere. He said I'm from New York. I'm not from Chicago. So this is probably in Chicago suburbs.
It's Cook County.
I'm an independent contractor.
Okay.
I'm here for work.
Hold on,
I'm not because I fucking feel like it. With a big ass dick. That's what I'm doing. Walking through the neighborhood with a big ass dick. And I'm from New
Hey, bro. I want to show you a incident I got into, bro. But I got to drop down to do it. So can you let me back up when I'm gonna put it on my page?
Just wait. Let us get through this first, though, man. Let us get through this.
I bet.
New York. I'm not from Chicago. I'm an independent contractor. I'm here for work. All I do is remodel Walmarts. I remodel every Walmart in the fucking city. So what's up? Run your fucking name and get in your fucking cruiser. Go find a real criminal and get off my big ass black dick. Cause these racist ass calling police. Cause I'm black walking through the neighborhood in the middle of the street. I'm black walking in the middle of the street.
So you know why we're here?
I don't give a f cause I'm black.
And no.
Yes, why I'm here. Why you here?
We got a call.
Why you here? You got a call for what?
Suspicious person.
Suspicious doing what?
Taking pictures of houses.
So what? That's illegal?
No, I'm not saying it's illegal.
So what the f is the suspicion?
He was taking pictures of houses.
It's a person
walking in the street with a wife beater taking pictures of houses.
Fucking hell.
Grabbing his
wow.
groin.
What does that mean?
A person.
A person. What does that mean?
suspicious of somebody that's
I'm
in the
doing
neighborhood
what?
that they don't recognize.
Taking pictures.
That's it, yeah.
So what? It's a free fucking country.
Okay.
What's my name, man? Tired of talking to you.
People are free to call the cops on your ass.
Do me a favor, keep your hands out your
I don't
pockets.
got nothing in my. I don't got to do nothing. You gonna shoot me? Shoot me. You gonna shoot me? Shoot me. My hands in my pocket. You ever heard of walking through the neighborhood black? You ever heard driving while black? I'm walking while black. I'm walking while black. I'm walking while black. Why is your black ass on the field? I'm walking while black. Black ass. I'm walking while black. Okay. That's it. Okay. I'm walking while black. Why am I being detained? Why is these harassing me? Why am I being harassed?
You're not being harassed.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I'm trying to go about my day. I was going back to my hotel.
What hotel you staying
It
at?
doesn't fucking matter.
What hotel you staying
Doesn't
at?
matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just trying to have a conversation
Doesn't matter.
with you.
Call your backup so I can
So he doesn't
my
live
name so I
there.
keep it moving. You
Like-
holding me up with my time. I'm trying to go about my day.
Yeah, and you're acting out of the
I'm
norm
not
right
acting
now.
nothing.
Yes,
I'm not
you are.
acting nothing.
Why are you so agitated?
I'm agitated.
Really?
I'm agitated.
How are you agitated?
How?
Yelling, motherfucking everybody.
I can yell.
Okay. All right.
I can motherfucker.
Is that
Zero
normal?
self-awareness.
Is that normal
Is it
behavior
a
for you?
fucking crime?
Yes, that is normal behavior. Wake up.
Is it normal
Is
behavior
it a
for you?
crime?
Well, I just gotta
Why
make sure.
not
Is
ask
it a
him why
crime?
he's walking around taking
Is it a
pictures of
crime?
people's
I'm not saying
stuff?
it's a crime.
Is it a crime?
I'm not saying it's a crime.
Is it a crime?
I'm not saying it's
Is it
a
a
crime.
crime?
Not saying
Am I committed a crime?
Not saying
Are you
that.
charging me with a crime?
Not saying
So leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone.
He's actually
I didn't do no crime. I'm
he's actually
walking while
asking the right
black in the
questions. He's just
neighborhood.
going about it all wrong. He's asking the right questions. He asked if he was being detained. Is he under arrest? Like, if he said it in the voice I'm using right now, he'd be 100% in the right. But now we're at disorderly conduct right now.
Well, we've been there
Leave
for
me
the whole time,
alone.
pretty much.
Stop walking.
I don't have to.
Stop walking.
I don't have to. I'm leaving. I'm doing what I've been doing. Walking, taking pictures.
Mr. Baker.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
Mr.
looking at
Baker.
house. That's what I'm doing.
Mr. Baker,
That's a nice ass house right
when was your
there.
birthday?
That's a nice house.
Mr. Baker.
Damn, it's a nice house too, man. This house is nice too, man. Damn. Forest Green, that's nice.
Mr. Baker,
That's
do me a
nice
favor.
too, man. Dick face.
And it's out of New York?
Yes.
All right.
You're not going to take your badge off. You're not going to take your badge off. You're not going to take that gun off. You're not going to do nothing. Stop putting your fucking hands on me.
Can we get to the part where they beat his ass already? Like, it's
You
getting
about to
old.
shoot. Everything's fine. You about to everything.
Finally.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
You about to shoot.
I'm not shooting nobody.
So why you got the gun on me?
It's not a gun.
Why am I being detained?
I told you.
You're not going to cooperate? This is how we're going to handle this.
Absolutely. Let's go on the phone.
It's a
You got a
taser.
gun on me.
Anybody got no gun on
You
you?
got a gun on me. Fake ass Spanish.
Yeah, okay.
Shit dick.
I know.
Fake
Walk
ass.
back this way.
Yeah. Why am I got the cuffs on me?
I told you why.
Why?
You're acting erratically.
Wild black. Walking wild black. Walking wild black.
They arrested
Why
my
am I going in
dick.
the car for?
Because you want it.
For what?
Because it's more secure area.
For what?
That's why.
Why? You got to tell me. Why am I going in this car?
Because I said safe.
Dick, I do what the fuck I want to do. I walk through any neighborhood I want to. I drink what the fuck I want to drink. I smoke what the fuck I want to smoke. I ain't on no papers. I ain't on none of your jurisdiction. Eat my dick. What you talking about? Okay, I got 14 years in prison. You gotta give a fuck about what?
Told you I do it.
No way.
Good call, Rock. Good call.
He keeps revealing his actual character. The whole Walmart contractor shit was fake. You living here was fake. You not being suspicious is fake.
I guess the prison part's real, though.
Yeah, that's definitely real. 14 years in prison. That's a nice stretch.
Not long enough, clearly.
Whatever you think you can do to me?
Sit down. Sit.
You're a racist ass.
That's it.
You're a racist ass.
Trying to do my
You
job,
ain't
man.
doing shit.
Trying to do my
You ain't
job.
doing shit.
Absolutely.
Go look for a real fucking crime. What am I being arrested
Put your
for?
feet in the car.
What am I being arrested for?
Put your feet in the car.
What am I being arrested for? You doing that fucking authority shit like I.
So here's the deal, just so you understand each other. So we understand all of us. You can sit here like this for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes. Don't give a really don't. Eventually what's going to end up happening is they're going to take you in for the charge that they deem appropriate. They're going to let you know what it is, and you'll have a chance to either bond or be I-bond.
37, go ahead.
That's what's happening.
All I was doing was walking through the
I
neighborhood.
understand that.
And they stopped me talking about you're suspicious. Suspicious of what? I'm not supposed to be angry. Suspicious of what?
You're not supposed
I'm not
to scream.
doing it. I'm not
You're not
screaming.
supposed to ball your fist up at people.
I'm not balling my fist.
Okay.
What? You
I'm
got
not-
that on camera?
I'm-
What? I'm lying. I'm lying to you.
You're talking.
I'm lying to you. I don't give a fuck about lying to you. How about a lot of you? Who is you? Who is you? This is racist. You niggas about to make up a fucking charge and getting shot every day. It's getting shot every day, and you about to make up a charge.
You don't know me. Sit down.
I don't. You don't
Yeah,
know
you
me
probably
neither.
shot him.
Right. I don't call you.
So because you talking to me like that?
I don't call you.
Because I'm
names,
black.
And I don't.
You think because you think you got more money than me? You don't. You think I got a better job? You don't.
Sit down.
I travel. I've been on mad flights, 200 flights. All I do is travel this country and work.
Okay. Sit down. Put your feet in the car. All I know is that you have disparaged my character from the second that I showed up.
So what are you doing to me? You think I give a fuck about your character?
Yeah,
What are you doing to my
absolutely
character?
care about my
What
character.
about my character? What about my character?
Let's go.
What about my character? What about my character? You can stop me for nothing.
To understand when I said you've been disparaging my character from the minute I came out.
Get him out. Let's go.
You want us to follow Sergeant? Yes, I did. Okay. No problem, Sergeant. Just let my sergeant know.
Yeah, I will.
Yep. It goes over.
Yep.
Disorderly conduct. Shout out to you, man. Daryl Baker, man. Daryl Baker, man. You provided this great content tonight, man. Thank
I
you,
wonder
man.
where Daryl is now.
He takes mad flights, so who knows, man? He could be in a different country, man.
Fixing up Walmarts.
So you say you got a video for us, Mac Knight? Stop resisting in the building.
Oh yeah, I got one. I got to drop down though. So
good.
Hey, at the risk of sounding against the panel here, but I watch a lot of First Amendment audit videos. Those guys, they're like very annoying, but they go to these places and the police come and ask them, like, what are you doing and stuff. And like they say, like, if you cannot give a reasonable, articulable reason to stop me, I don't have to really produce anything. Like they have to be kind of.
He was walking down the middle of the street taking pictures of houses.
And people called the cops on him. Well, here's the thing. People called the cops.
It's a reason to stop him.
They weren't. It's not like they were just showed up like out of nowhere. Like people called. So it's like when homeowners call, like the cops come and they start the investigation. You got to understand, like that. What they were doing when they encountered him was an investigation. That's what a lot of Sunmen and regular people don't understand. Like they think an investigation is like the CIA and FBI. No, an investigation is as soon as the cop comes up there and he's trying to figure out what's going on. That's his investigation. Yeah, but he has the right to investigate the situation.
Hey, I just want to point out that
it's usually done because there's a crime that has been committed.
No.
In this case,
because there's been a call made. Investigation happens because the call's made. The investigation doesn't happen because a crime's being committed, because the cop has to determine whether a crime has been committed.
Look, this guy does not deserve the benefit of the doubt. All right, let's
absolutely not.
Like he's not a fucking criminal doing shit. He's out here doing shit. Everybody.
And you can't walk down the middle of the street. Like there's cars. You're not allowed to do that. I know that sounds stupid, but it's pretense or whatever.
I get everything you guys are saying. I mean, I in the spirit of it, I agree with it. But I just seen so many of these First Amendment auditors, and they tell that, like, if there's no, you don't have any reasonable you can't articulate any type of crime that I have committed, or there's been a crime committed, I don't have to produce my ID or anything
But here's the
of
thing:
that.
it's called a Terry stop. So a Terry stop means that they have the right to ask you for your ID. It's called a Terry stop. They. That's we debunked that before on this channel. A cop can always ask you for your ID, and you have to produce it. It just is what it is. Sorry, but like because a lot of people. Let me go to the Terry stop. Let me look it up for you because
No, I heard about the Terry stop.
and make
In
sure
those First Amendment audits, they do mention the Terry stop a
And
lot too,
in
but
Cook County, if the
it
police
depends on the state,
suspect
I
you
think.
of being part of a crime and you're in a public space, you have to provide your ID. They
so
can legally ask for it.
a Terry stop is a brief detention and questioning by law enforcement when there's reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. It's also known as
Oh, there
stop
you
and
go.
frisk. An officer stops someone they suspect is involved in criminal activity. The officer may question the person. If the officer has reasonable suspicion that the person is armed and dangerous, they may frisk the person's outer clothing for weapons. So they can't strip search. They just when can a Terry stop be used? When there's reasonable suspicion that someone is committing, or is about to commit a
Ding,
crime.
ding, ding.
So you got to be careful. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of times, hold on. You got to be careful because these are fluid situations. This is not like a lot of times when people tell you, "Oh, you got to do this," they're talking about like a static situation. They're not talking about a fluid situation. This is a fluid situation. It's best to comply. It's best to comply, and when there's a fluid situation. Now, if you're sitting in your office behind your desk, and someone had called, your girlfriend called the cops and said, "Yeah, he hit me last night. Go up to his job and arrest him." And you're at your job, and your boss comes out there, and you all just sitting there talking. Maybe they don't frisk you. Maybe they don't pat you down. Maybe they just ask you to come with me, and your boss says go with them because you're not about to create a scene up in here. But when you're some 14-year in the pen son, man, probably high, a little tipsy, walking down the middle of the street taking pictures, and you arguing with cops at the top of your lungs in the middle of the street, that's the type of situation where it's fluid. Anything can happen in that situation. So the cops have to make sure you don't have a weapon. They have to keep you within their range. Because what if you dart off and go kick somebody's door down and hold them hostage, or some shit like that? I mean, anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? Or break somebody's sliding glass door in the back and fucking go in there and fucking, you know what I'm saying, try to get away from the cops. Anything can happen. A lot of
Could
people,
be an ambush for the cops.
yeah. Yes, you got to be careful, man, when you're dealing with being cops is they're scared too. They're nervous too. They have families too. They want to go home too at night. They are human beings too. They got attitudes. They eating shit. You calling them all type of bitch ass punks and pussies and shit, and they eating that. They got to eat that. They can't come back at you. They got to stay professional. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're dealing with human beings. I think a lot of those people don't realize that give that type of advice. They don't realize that the cop is a human being, and that he has to make sure that he's safe. He has to make sure that he goes home at night. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I get it. I mean, like I said, I mean, this guy could be a career criminal. He was most likely up to no good. All I'm
Could
saying
be.
is
He
he
is a
might have a
career
case.
criminal. He is a career
14 years in prison.
confirmed. Like there's no
Oh,
doubt.
okay.
He's a career criminal. He's spent
I just
14
got
years in
on, so I
prison.
don't know anything about him.
If stop
Okay.
Hold on,
resisting was the
hang on.
cop in this scenario, he would have shot him in the gut in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Hang on, real
I
quick.
probably would have tased him first. I probably would have tased him right away, but
So real quick,
Well,
Nah,
that'd be
you
a
would have
waste.
freaked and grabbed the gun by accident and shot him in the dick.
Terry versus Ohio. Okay, so somebody said yes, you need reasonable, articulable suspicion, right? That's not what that was. Now I'm playing advocate tonight. Okay, um, Terry versus Ohio was about a guy. I think he was in a business district. If memory served me, he was in a business district. It was like after hours. He was walking around. Yada yada yada. They did the thing, right? No. Well, yes, law enforcement can ask you for your ID. You're under no legal obligation to give that to them. Okay.
Yeah,
Secondly,
but okay, let's just put it like, let me say this. You extend the interaction. You extend the interaction and you raise suspicion. And in jurisdictions where you do have to give your ID, you've just committed a crime. So go ahead.
what jurisdiction is that? Terry versus Ohio. I mean, constitutionally speaking, I do not have to identify myself to law enforcement unless, if I'm driving a car, for instance. I'm driving a car. Driving is a privilege. It is not a right. So yes, if I'm driving a car, I have to give you my ID. If I'm just walking down the road, now apparently this guy was in the street. That's jaywalking. That's a crime. That's probable cause. But if I'm just walking,
Okay, so there you go. There you go. So what's so there you go. So tell me this.
Why are you wasting your breath on this guy?
Yeah. What's where's your video? The video that you got?
Oh, I just uploaded it. Preface it is as this. It was a trespassing incident. The video cuts out before. This is before I got my body cam, so I was using my cell phone. It was in my
So how you
plate.
going to show it to us? But how are you going to?
I don't know. You got to go. I mean, can you go to my page?
Yeah. What's your page?
Nigga, my name.
Oh, so that's just. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna preface it with this. I had to cut it out before things got good. I tried to get the security footage, but this is what happened before I went hands on with him. It was basically like trespassing and whatnot. But you can watch the video real quick. Yeah, if you can find it on my page.
And
I
then
just
your page
uploaded.
is on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I just uploaded.
And
God,
it's
I hate to
spelled
be that
just
guy,
like.
man.
I'm gonna go watch it.
What's it called? What's the? Because I'm
It's just my name, bro. It's Mac Knight.
You're not
That's
coming up. You're not coming up on the YouTube algorithm, man.
really. It's wild.
Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have enough views to come up. So tell me the name of the video. You are Mac Knight. You don't. You're not. You're not coming up.
Type in Logical Mister.
Logical Mister.
Yeah, try that shit. I don't know. Like I'm looking at I don't upload shit. Like this is like my first upload, other than like gun videos and shit.
That's probably why. Logical Mister.
Yeah, I think you're beat. You gotta link it.
All right, give me. Shit.
Is this you? Is this you? The type
Nah,
one?
it's literally my face.
That was what I found too.
It's probably
You
unlisted.
found him? You found it?
No, I found that profile you just showed. That was
Hey,
it.
I'll drop down and I'll give you the link real quick.
All right. Let's get into this. Let's get into this Michigan mom, man. This story that is, got a lot of people talking. Salute to Barry B, man. Shout out to Barry B, man. Barry B in the building, taking the $7 challenge. Shout out to Pamela Henderson in the building.
Yeah, real quick. You have any plans in the near term future where you might talk about space is fake and stuff? Because I got something that will completely just.
You talking about flat Earth?
Space or flat Earth? I mean, I guess.
Okay,
I got
well,
something.
we talked about that a few nights. I don't know. Maybe we can get to that tonight. I don't know. Let me
I missed it.
We talked about it last week. Let's see.
Tonight, we are continuing to cover a case that is stunning Metro Detroit. 3 children rescued from squalid conditions. Their mother now under arrest. Thank you so much for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 11. I'm Whitney Burney. Their mother allegedly abandoning the children in 2020 or 2021, leaving a 15-year-old boy, 13-year-old girl, and a 12-year-old girl, only leaving food once a week. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard saying, quote, "This situation would be deemed deplorable and intolerable for an animal, and it is utterly unacceptable for 3 children." 7 News Detroit reporter Tierra Braddock spoke to Sheriff Bouchard today, as well as a neighbor reacting to the chilling revelations. We do want to warn you, some of the details of this story are very disturbing.
Just a few days ago, Oakland County Sheriff deputies came to this house behind me to do a welfare check on a woman. But when they got inside, they didn't find her, but they did discover her 3 kids who had been abandoned, living in deplorable conditions.
Everybody's upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood. How could something like this happen?
Pontiac resident Emma Gross lives a few streets over from the home where the kids were found. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says the house was covered in piles of trash as high as 4 feet in some rooms. There was even mold and human feces throughout the house.
It's pretty heartbreaking that the kids would have to live under those conditions.
Sheriff Michael Bouchard tells me a 15-year-old boy and his 2 sisters, ages 12 and 13, hadn't been outside the home in years and were surviving off of weekly drop-offs of prepared food.
So here's the thing. To keep a 15, 13, and 12-year-old in the house, for them to not venture out of the house and you to make weekly drop-offs of food, that lets me know they fear you like that. You put the fear of God in them from a young age.
Hey, bro, I dropped it in the chat.
Okay. That woman put the fear of God in these children from a very young age. They're irrationally fearful of her that they never ventured out of the house unless to get the food she dropped off on the porch every week.
Drop-offs of prepared food.
It kind of reminds me of the commercials you see where animals are living in very deplorable conditions. Well, kind of take that times 10. And that's what the kids were living in for years.
The boy told deputies that his mother abandoned them back in either 2020 or 2021. Deputies were recently called because the landlord of the home asked for them to do a welfare check.
The landlord said he hadn't seen her for some time. And I think, as our detectives mentioned, that hadn't paid her rent going back to October.
The kid's mother was arrested on Friday, and Bouchard says she had been living somewhere else in Pontiac. The kids hadn't been in school since they were abandoned.
Well, that's going to be a very long process to figure this all out. Not just how they are, both mentally and physically, but how did this ever happen? To have these kids fall through the cracks on so many levels with relatives, the community, and with schools.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've seen, child neglect and other situations where they're living in bad places, but not to this level and not for this extended duration.
The mother will be facing criminal charges, and in the meantime, her kids are now staying with a relative. In Pontiac, Tierra Braddock, 7 News Detroit.
All right, Tierra, thank you for your reporting on this heartbreaking
Smash. Also, by the way, so people ask themselves, like, why don't you just take them to Child Protective Services? Why don't you just drop them off? The reason being is because you actually get money for these kids. You get benefits from these kids. So if you were to take them and turn them over to the state, you'd stop receiving those benefits.
That's a great point.
Her landlord stopped getting rent and hearing from her, so he called 911 for what mother leaves her young kids alone in the house for 4 years.
Everybody's upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood.
Apparently, this woman, her landlord, stopped getting rent and hearing from her, so he called 911 for a welfare check.
Had no idea that there were kids there, let alone kids in grave situation.
3 children were inside, trash piled up, poop everywhere. The kids said that their mother left them there.
And that's another thing, for the poop to be everywhere and for them to not know how to, clean, just clean up. Because I was doing chores at 6, 7. I was doing chores. I already knew how to clean, even though I didn't clean, but I knew how to clean. So for these kids to not be clean up their surroundings or tidy up their surroundings, make it, the best of what it was, that lets me know that from a very young age, they've been not only abused, but their development has been delayed to some degree, man, as far as either malnutrition or something, man, or maybe they are slow and that's why she abandoned them, because she didn't want to deal with them. Maybe the kids. I mean,
they can't be that damn. They can't be that damn slow. They survived for fucking 4 years on their own.
Well, look how they survived. They survived living in squalor. They just
they're probably feral to some level.
Yeah, exactly.
Poop everywhere. The kids said that their mother left them there since at least 2021.
They had difficulty walking because their toenails were so long.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, come on, like
Yeah,
the
100%
kid.
feral.
We're
100%
talking
feral.
about a 15-year-old, so who was probably 11 when she left, a 13-year-old who was 9 when she left, and a 12-year-old who was 8 when she left. You know how to pick your toenail. Fuck cutting them. I mean, just pick them up. Like I used to always pick my nails, and you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying. Like I mean, it's just weird. Like these kids are probably cognitively delayed in some degree, some fashion, or she's abused them from such an early age and ruined their confidence and ruined their, what I'm saying, their ability to take care of themselves from the abuse she levied on them from a very early
There's
age.
got to be more to this though, because who's bringing them kids food?
She is. She's the one.
She was.
Okay, all right, fuck that
Despicable
bitch.
discovery, and the Shade Room is digging. Her Facebook post that's got people on social media.
So she dropping thirst traps and living her life out here.
I was gonna ask what the fuck was she doing, but I figured it was just basic shit like this.
Those nails, like, my God.
Nails, 2.5 inch long nails and shit. Boob job look like, I don't know. She out here living her life while her kids is yikes.
Her
There was a movie
Facebook
about
post
that.
that's got people on social media on 10. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. It doesn't get lower than this. It was Valentine's Day, a day to celebrate love, but it turned into a day of horror in Pontiac, Michigan, which is a suburb of Detroit. It was horror that a
Oh, sweet booty
15-year-old
little
boy,
boy.
a 13-year-old girl, and a 12-year-old girl had been living for years. This was their normal. We're blurring out some parts, but you can see the bathroom overtaken by trash, mold, and feces. The girls, they slept on pizza boxes. They had not seen the light of day since about 2020 or 2021. But how? Where were the neighbors? Where was the school district? Their extended family members? Question.
Yeah, fuck the neighbors. Because
The
listen,
community.
no, yeah, but here's the thing about the neighbors. We all live in areas. Everyone usually minds their business, man. You got a few people on your block that you cordial with, you may speak to, or you may shoot the bobo for a few minutes with every now and then. But the most people on your block, you don't even fucking speak to them, and and unless you know what I'm saying, there's some dispute or something. So people you usually stay to themselves and mind their fucking business. I can tell you right now, the house on either side of me, I speak to them. I've had multiple conversations with the guys on east side of me. I speak to the one who has a wife. I speak to his wife. My kids play with their kids occasionally. You know what I'm saying? Not every day, but whenever they're out. Blah blah blah. The people across the street, it's almost zero contact. But hey, the people down the street, it's one guy that I shoot the bobo with every now and then, but it's almost zero contact with the people down the street. And the people on the next block, when you cross the street and then there's another block, it's zero contact with them. Except for the guy on the corner, we say hey every now and then. But the people around the corner and around, like, you don't know them at all. I don't know these people from a can of paint. That's kind of like over exaggerated, the whole neighbor thing. People don't know you and they don't fucking be in your business, and they ain't checking up on your kids and shit. They ain't checking up on you. They going to work every day and coming home and living their lives.
Yeah, that's a little bit similar to my neighbor's store. There's a older son couple that lives two doors from my parents' house, and they've been trying to have kids for the longest time. They were not able to, and they finally, about maybe 15 years ago, were able to adopt from their church. It was like some crack mom, but they adopted their kid.
Mhm.
And supposedly that they have that child, but we have never, ever seen her. She comes out like maybe once a year. We'll maybe see her in the backyard or something, maybe like for like a minute or two. But nobody would ever think that there's a kid living in that house. It's so strange, but none of us, we don't know what's going on in there. All we do is like, wow, it's kind of strange that they have like a teenage daughter, maybe 13, 14, but she's like has never ever been seen. It's such a strange thing that they got going on. But and if we find out that she's being abused, we would just get on the news and be like, yeah, we kind of didn't ever really see her, didn't really know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: they services every one of these women. If you're on fucking assistance food stamps, you should have a social worker mandatory. And I know that's more money, that's more government and shit like that. But a lot of these kids, it's the government really job to check in on them. It's the school, like kid ain't been to school in 4 years. Like no one ever checked it. No one ever came to the house. I'm sure they asked the mother, like, where your kids? And I'm sure she lied to them, told them. I'm sure she has some story that she's been telling all these people all this time. But you should lay physical eyes on the kid and be able to question the kid away from their parent at least once a year. Almost every kid should be able to be questioned away from their parent or have somebody that can lay physical eyes on them at least once a year. And the family, fuck the neighbors, the family, like, yo, you ain't seen these kids, you ain't seen Niecy kids in 4 years? Well, that's like where my grandbabies at? Or where my niece's nephew at? You out partying and shit. My kids wanna come over for the weekend. My kids wanna invite your kids over for a sleepover. And then 4 years go by and my kids ain't laid eyes on them. I ain't laid eyes on your kids. And you my relative, we grew up together in 4 years and we live in the same city. I ain't laid eyes on your kids in 4 years. Ain't seen them.
That's rough, Jack.
Questions that we're getting down to the bottom of.
We went to the house to check on what was going on there and had no idea that there were kids there, let alone kids in grave situation.
Their hair was matted. They were covered in urine and feces.
When we took the kids out of the house, they had difficulty.
Their hair matted and they're covered in urine and feces.
Yeah, they're definitely cognitive issues. Like, even if you are abandoned, there's something going on there. You got Pantheon in the back too.
Yeah. Okay. Pantheon is a sister, man. Let's see if we sister. Hey, sister. Can you explain this to us? Man, this is foreign behavior to us normal people. We need a sister.
The representative, Christ. What I did want to say is with education as well, you've got to remember, even though it's a dark period in history, 2020, everyone was moving online and all the schools were backed up and there were so many children who were slipping through the nets.
She saw an opportunity.
Yeah, people were moving house. So many people were moving states, and especially in the UK, there was the thing of, oh, this family doesn't have a laptop, they can't do the online learning. So there are lots of people who didn't have laptops whose children were not joining online school, and so I guess up until even now, there are lots of children who still haven't been accounted for, kind of since 2020.
Wow. That makes sense. Yeah, I remember all that stuff.
And then also with the cleaning, we are talking from the assumption that she was keeping a clean house when she was there. But which happens with lots of kind of working class and low working class, if the house was trashy anyway, they are already used to that, like not cleanliness, nothing.
Yeah, but this looks like hoarders though. That shit looks like
hoarders. No, I think so. Because as was just mentioned, if at that time an 11-year-old like doesn't know how to use the toilet or clean nails, but also I'm wondering as well, if she's just dropping off food, she's not dropping off cleaning supplies.
I got a question, ma'am. Can you do me a favor? Can you just say nice to meet you, Mr. Bond?
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bond.
Hell yeah.
Walking because their toenails were so long. They hadn't had any grooming. I don't think they had basic hygiene knowledge of what to do. They hadn't been given hygiene products for years, toothbrushes, etc.
It was everyday life for these three siblings. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard telling the Fox affiliate in Detroit that they had not attended school since their abandonment. Instead, they were locked inside this condo on Lydia Lane to never come out.
We showed up at the house. The young boy did have communication with the mom and said the police were there, and she said hide.
The two girls, they did hide in the bathroom until they were asked to open the door.
There was garbage, trash piled 3 and 4 feet high, covered with feces all through the house. It doesn't look like the toilet or the bathtub had been usable or workable for quite some time, primarily because of the feces and trash.
Investigators had to use
They had to use Think about it. The kids are living there, but the investigators had to use hazmat suits. But the kids is just living there. That's fucking
and the poor
sick.
girls, you know, they're 11 and 12. They've probably
They're menstruating.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, they've probably started their period as well, and like have no concept of how to manage that. So yeah, it's a very sad situation.
Salute to Eric S, man. Salute, man. Make sure y'all continue to take the $7 challenge, man. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man. Let's see. That's so sad. This is so sad. And listen, I try not to beat up the mom too much because here's the thing about it. Like, we all gonna fall short. You all gonna.
This is pretty fucking short, Doc.
No. Listen, hold on. Stay with me. We all gonna have like moments in our life where we do foul shit. Like, for instance, like here's the thing. Earlier we were talking about that guy DarooBaby, right? Right? Remember that rapper? Like, those guys running around and shooting the crowds, they shooting the houses, they kill people they didn't even know they killed. They hit people who were sleeping, they carjacked, all that stuff. That stuff's bad too. But it's seen almost as this is somehow way worse because the nature of this just seems worse than a lot of the things we see. We cover all types of bad people on this show every day. So who knows what that guy in the last story got 14 years in prison for? What did he do to get 14 years in prison? Now, this mother right here, this is a mother's love, and this is the extended torture and it's horrific and it's horrible. And I think she's a terrible person.
But it's not murder.
But not that it's not nothing, but what I'm saying is all these people are doing terrible things. It's like, how do we grade this? Like, on a where does this fall on onto the what tier of bad is this? You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is terrible, horrible. I think she's just a terrible.
She's a monster.
Person. It was a story about on Brita a few years ago. I don't know what it was last year, a few years ago. She left her baby, like a 1-year-old, in the home while she went to Puerto Rico, and
for 4 days.
Yeah, and the baby died, and she left the baby in the crib, and the baby died. That story, I thought about that story every day for a long time, because it just disturbed me. You leave a 1-year-old alone. I think the 1-year-old survived for like 8 or 9 days though. But when the cops came, they found the baby covered in feces and stuff like that. Because baby, you put a 1-year-old in the crib, they can't get out, right? So and I was thinking, like, every night that baby waiting for mom to come home, and mommy never comes home, and wondering where mommy is. These kids being a little older, I feel like it's just like, man, like it's hitting me a little different. It's not hitting me the same way that did with that 1-year-old. For some reason. that story, that 1-year-old, that stuck with me, man. I just was
Well,
and I
it's because they have a higher understanding. Like they can understand. That's what I was saying. There was a movie about that, like Kids in the Attic or something like that. It was like
Under the
four.
Stairs, the kids
That's it.
under the stairs.
Yes, that was it. Yes, and it was like four kids, and the mother, she was trying to move on with her life, so she left them with this abusive woman. And yeah, they understood that shit, bro. That's why it hits hard, bro.
Yeah, this is sad, man. I think this is horrible, man. I really do, man. I think feel like this is horrible, man.
Hazmat suits to process the scene for evidence. The kids telling deputies that they spent day and night passing time by playing games and watching TV. They would only see their mother when she or another stranger would stop by once a week to
she or another stranger. So that other we got to find that other
Arrest
stranger.
that nigga. Arrest that money.
Yeah.
Arrest
So
that nigga.
she saw them consistently and saw the state they were in and just was fine with it.
Yeah, she's for her to play the mental health role now, after going to the club and posting thirst traps and going to work every day and paying the rent, because she just stopped paying the rent in October and living a functional life. And now it's like, oh, I'm crazy. No. We ain't playing that game. You've been living a functional, you're a psychopath. That's the mental issue you have.
We don't hold women accountable for their crimes. We've seen that time and time again. We don't hold women accountable. Period.
Yeah, she should get 25 to life.
Real talk. If I was a woman, bro, I'd be a whole ass fucking supervillain out this motherfucker, bro.
It's hard to hold women accountable for crimes because just like it's hard to pay them the same amount because they do different jobs. Just they do different crimes. Like women ain't robbing banks.
Women
But they
accountable.
do the worst crimes. All right. Fun fact. Even though, most times when there's a divorce, the woman gets the kids. Filicide, which is defined as killing one's own children. Women exponentially kill their own children, which I think we can all agree is the worst crime. Women kill their own children exponentially more than men do.
And they have access
abortion.
I'm not even talking about abortion. I'm not even talking about abortion. That's a whole
men
other
kill their whole
conversation.
family.
Men are family annihilators.
Yeah,
I think statistically men kill their whole family more than women kill their children, but that does happen a lot. I'm not saying, and that's a crime that goes across races and
No,
shit,
sir,
dude.
it's not. It's not more. Women kill their children more than men do. Look it up.
Okay, fine. But here's the thing. Women have more access to the kids, unfettered access, because like you said, they're going to win the custody dispute. They're going to be left with the kids all the time. So yes, they have more access to kill the kids. So yeah, of course they're going to kill the kids more. But here's the thing: those women, there's an expectation that we have as a mother, because being a mother is like something that only a woman can do. So there's an expectation that of a certain type of love or care, a baseline that you would have for your kids. And this woman right here, she violated that in so many ways that it's like it's just sickening. But as far as women not getting punished more than the same as men, I don't know if that's the case. I mean, I think for the crimes they do, they
It's
don't
not the case.
like.
It's
Like
not
for instance, if I hit a woman, right? If I hit a woman in the face, there's gonna be broken bones, there's gonna be surgery and all that stuff, right? If a woman hits me in the face, I'm gonna just grab her arms and hold her and be like, "You done yet?" You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different magnitude, man.
Drop pre-prepared food on the porch.
If you think about the horrific ads you see on TV to spur donations for animals that have been abused or are living in terrible conditions, multiply that by 10.
Sheriff Bouchard not releasing the mother's name because she shares the same name as one of her daughters. So we at the Shade Room, we're not sharing it either to protect the child's identity, but we did find the 34-year-old's mugshot in the county database.
She should be in tears. The fact that she's not in tears, the fact she got a little smirk on her face, makes me want to give her 1,000 years in prison.
She'll be out in 5. She'll be out in fucking 5. If that.
She should get a She should be. She should. I agree with you on this. I'll give. She should do a life sentence for this for 4 years because it was 4 years. If it was a week and she went on a trip and she got caught like this, maybe take her kids and maybe sometime in the future she could get them
Well,
back.
hang on, bro. If this was you or me or any other man, bro, under the fucking jail. Come on, under the jail.
Well, we wouldn't have custody of the kids. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a woman's thing. Like,
people would have been asking questions.
No, that's a great point, Ak. We wouldn't have custody of the kids. And the point is, do you know how hard it is for a man to get custody of the kids?
Okay,
The
but
woman,
where?
Say again?
Sorry to interrupt, Mac, but assuming it's one man or multiple, so where have they been for the past 4 years, regardless of custody?
That's
knock,
true.
knock,
That's
knock.
a great point.
I want to take my son out to
let
baseball.
the fathers
Could
off
you
custody.
imagine not seeing?
No,
Could you
no,
imagine
no,
not laying?
she
Hold on,
got it.
Matt. Could you imagine not laying eyes on your kids for 4 years?
No, Money Penny got it.
Like, listen, I'm anything can happen. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
she's right. It could be multiple kids. You're right. And yeah, I concede. I concede the point.
you ain't seen your kids in 4 years.
She's still sitting in jail. Charges haven't been listed at this time. The prosecutor's office said publicly, quote, that it will not comment on the pending case until it has been reviewed and a charging decision has been made.
It's pretty heartbreaking that the kids would have to live under those conditions. People just kind of get in their car and go.
Neighbor Emma Gross couldn't believe it. She lives on a different block, but says that in that neighborhood, everybody typically keeps to themselves.
So I think people are just kind of just doing their own thing now and just kind of going in their places and closing the doors.
Neighbors reported seeing the mother come and go with items, but never spotted any children with her. You also can't ignore what role the Pontiac School District played in all of this. The district confirming Monday that the 3 children are not currently enrolled, and they couldn't comment any further. The interim superintendent, Dr. Kimberly Leverett, releasing a statement saying in part, quote, the Pontiac community has been shaken by the horrifying story of the 3 children who were discovered suffering from extreme neglect this past weekend. As a school district, we are working with the Oakland County Sheriff's Department to assist in any way we can. As educators, our hearts are breaking for these children and what they have endured over the past several years.
How could something like this happen? These children, how could people go living every day and not see something like this and report it sooner?
A question so many want to know, and why their mother, too, had been posting on Facebook a week prior to her arrest, advertising a free food giveaway, knowing that her children were home alone, living in...
Wow. So she was playing, this was part of the public image. This was the subterfuge. This was the rope-a-dope. So she's a philanthropist to anybody. Yeah. So she's not crazy. This level of subterfuge and deception, I don't want to hear about she's babbling in court and talking to herself and just staring off into space in court and looking crazy. No, bitch. You were diabolical. You were fucking publicly doing food giveaways and shit.
The thirst traps are the worst.
You know she on Facebook, like, y'all come to my food giveaway. And you know, everybody who know her on Facebook is like, yo, she Niecy, she's nice. She, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks she's such a great person.
She's nice, she's funny, she do
Always
anything
helping.
for everybody. She'll
She'll
give you the shirt off her back.
Yep. So
This is fucking sickening. This is the worst show you've done in a long time, bro.
Yeah, man. This story is tough, man. This is a tough one, man. I can't even really. It leaves you speechless, man. In a lot of ways, man. Wow.
But again, we do give women a pass. You know, I ain't no doctor, but there's a whole thing called postpartum depression. We give women a pass for killing their kids. We do. We don't hold them accountable.
No, I think they're held accountable, but even excuse me, sorry, 2 seconds. Sorry, I had to cough. But even up until now, I think postpartum is still being there's still so many new things being discovered about it. For example, like I think it was last week, the woman who shot her 4 children, the 2-year-old twins and the 9 and 7-year-old, and 3 of them died. No, 3 of them died, 1 surviving. So I would say that she has the 2-year-old twins. There probably is some latent PPD with that, and a lot of it.
But here's the point. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. I was just saying that, like, that's brain chemicals. Like that is so vast in terms of what we haven't known about it. So I think that is a big thing with mothers killing their children. That does need to be considered, and men don't have that.
Okay, I'm not disputing that because I'm not a doctor. What I'm saying is, like, you just told me about a woman who shot 4 of her kids. Okay, that's news to me. Okay, that's news to me. And someone tell me if they heard about that case. I did not hear about that case, and I follow this stuff. If that was a guy, we'd all know his name, where he went to high school.
That's absolutely that's not true, because most of the time when we go to the gun memorial, there's a bunch of guys on there who killed their whole families, and we never heard about it, man. In the last week, like, I bet if we went to the
Their
gun
own
memorial
families, but
now-
their children, their children.
Yeah, there's a guy 2
children.
years ago. He's in trial right now. Who killed his 3 sons, 7, 4, and 3, and was arrested by the police, like literally with their bodies right there, and was like, "Oh, I'm not
dudes
gonna
do
shoot
that.
anyone."
Dudes do that all the time. Salute to Shot Red, man. He says the problem is there are a bunch of soft men, especially judges, that give women a pass for crimes which statistics show you otherwise. Well, we're gonna have to look into that, man. We may have to
salute, bro. Thank you.
We may have to look into that, man. See if that's actually true, man, or not just perception.
Free food giveaway, knowing that her children were home alone, living in squalor.
Everybody's upset. Everybody's upset about it. Like, oh my God, this is right in our neighborhood. How could something like this happen?
What about their extended family? Well, the children's alleged aunt has been very vocal on social media about this, even threatening to fight people on Facebook who come after her. She said that she had no idea what was going on. We reached out to her for a comment.
The who? What?
I think concerning this point, I think depending on the crime would be pretty important. Certain crimes, I'm sure that women get away with, but others probably not. So, like assault, like they punch somebody, like they don't, like you were saying, you break the nose. They don't break anybody's nose. So, like, why would you even charge them? Like, who cares?
Yeah, there's so many factors, that go into that. You gotta. Let me look. We're gonna look into that. We're gonna investigate that, man. But the aunt wanted to fight people on Facebook. Let me hear.
Family. Well, the children's alleged aunt has been very vocal on social media about this, even threatening to fight people on Facebook who come after her. She said that she had no idea what was going on. We reached out to her for a comment.
You didn't lay eyes on your niece and nephew for 4 years, ma'am. People gonna come after you on Facebook. I don't feel sorry for her at all. Let's see. Listen, man, and listen. I'm out of town, right? I'm from DC, so it's different for me. Like, right? So, like, I got cousins and people in my family that I haven't seen in years because I'm away. I got my family now. I'm da 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 da. But if I was in DC, you know what I'm saying, living there on the ground, it'll be there's no excuse for that, man.
Let's start with you, Mick Neville. On the face of it, equality should be equality. Why should men and women be treated any differently?
Yeah, I tend to agree. When I was in the police, it was not unusual to see people with 100 previous convictions. And it's a case of at what point do you say enough is enough? When do you say, should you go to, you should go to jail because you've been given this order, and you failed to comply? And also pragmatism comes to play in all this. When I was a DS or a DI, you raid a drugs house, you raid somewhere that's handling stolen goods. The man and woman are both involved. There's 2 kids there. Do you nick the woman? No, because social services won't come out. The bloke, and even the most hardened villain, will take the rap. And so the woman...
That's true. Like if the police raid my house right now, I'm not letting my wife go to jail. It's mine, sir. Take me and let them. The babies need their mother, man. That's true.
Hey, Miss Pantheon, can you translate that bullshit,
Well, what he just said.
Yeah,
please?
Well, it's what Ag just said. Ag translated.
yeah. That goes without saying, man. Mostly every dude I know would do that.
Woman gets away with it basically, but the bloke takes a rap. So pragmatism comes into play, and I just think if we're going to have equal rights in everything, then you can't keep making these differentiations, because where's it stop?
Right, Sean Berry. I mean, equality is equality, unless apparently it means going to prison, in which case you want to be given different treatment, better treatment to men.
So the differences between men and women in terms of offending behaviour are actually incredibly stark. Only about 8% of women commit any kind of violent offence. Most women are being sentenced for things like persistent.
Now that's not true. Women
Yeah,
fight.
bullshit. Because
Women
men don't
fight.
report.
Yeah,
Men don't report
exactly.
domestic
That's a
violence.
great
No.
point. That's a great point. I've been domestically violenced against so many times, man. I've oh my god, I can't even count. I can't count. The number is incalculable. How many times I've been what you would call if I did it to her. Yeah.
I've been in the military, bro. Law enforcement, security. I've had more women assault me than men, and that's 20 years in service.
Yeah. Women, so that's a gap in the thinking right there. That's a where she said that she doesn't. That's what I was talking about earlier. The gravity of the blows, or the pain inflicted, or the punishment inflicted from their strikes is so low. It pales in such comparison. You know what I mean, to what men can do. But here's the thing too. And I don't want to get off on this, but the emotional abuse that women do to men, the nagging, the complaining, the attitude, the bitchiness, that stuff should be they should be able to be charged for that, because that's emotional abuse.
Shoplifting, evading TV licenses, fraud, often drugs offences to support someone else's habit as well. And these are not sentences, these are not crimes that make them a danger to society.
They are crimes.
And sending people to prison,
Men go to prison for the same thing.
But especially sending women to prison, the impact of doing that, particularly for short sentences, can do far more harm.
Why is the impact on women any worse than the impact on men?
Women often have caring responsibilities, so in the process of doing that, those children are maybe going into care, that woman's maybe losing her home. The ripple effects into society are far more serious.
Yeah, but here's the ripple effect of that, is that you create an entitled person. You create, like we talk about these Sun teens. They get arrested, they carjack somebody and fucking wrap the car around a lamppost, and then they go home that night. That kid is now fucking gonna guaranteed to do that shit again. Same thing with women, who oftentimes are like children mentally, as far as like their ceiling, their mental ceiling. Women behave like children a lot of times, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, their personalities and their reasoning and their rationale. So if you let them get away with stuff, you're creating a very entitled person that's almost guaranteed going to commit the same offense again.
This is an evidence-based view, and it's a cross-party view.
Okay,
It's not just me saying that.
Just to establish, we're talking about less than 5% of the total prison population is women. And to me, and to many people, one of the most important...
but that stat is lying on the back of all the bullshit we just said. Like, you can't quote that stat as a fact, because we just told you that they don't get punished the same way.
They're not held accountable.
Yeah, so how could you quote that stat? That only 5% of the prison population, like you dropped the mic on somebody. That just shows you women the logic. They don't have the logic. You know what I'm saying? Well, Pantheon does, but most women. You know what I'm saying?
Not all.
If you,
No, they have logic. They have logic, but the problem is they have logic, but they're not held accountable. That's how you understand what you can and cannot do in a civilized society. Okay, when you're a child, you don't understand logic. Okay, when your dad says don't touch the stove, and you touch the stove and you burn your hand, that's called accountability. We don't allow women to have logic because we don't allow women to have accountability.
We don't allow some people to have accountability on the whole either. So I mean, it's a problem in a lot of areas.
One thing
It's the
though, I will say,
experiment we got going on.
one thing women are held accountable for, though, I will say this, is that when they have sex, they get pregnant, and that whole ordeal is a level of accountability. Like a teenage boy, a 15-year-old boy, and a 15-year-old girl.
What the hell are you talking about, Hawk? They can get abortions, bro. That's the whole.
No,
What?
I got you, but at the same time, like there's like you got to let your parents know you're pregnant, and or you start getting sick. Even listen, even when you have an abortion, you're still pregnant before you have the abortion, and pregnancy is not fun. So there is some accountability for women in that regard when you have sex.
You imprison someone for less than 12 months, does it stop them reoffending? Because if it stops them, there's an argument, very strong argument for it. If actually it doesn't stop them and they just keep bouncing in and out of
Well, it
prison.
certainly stops them when they're in there. That's the problem. You see, if you give somebody a short sentence, I agree. TV licenses, shoplifting, all these alternatives should be tried first. But if somebody continually breaches them and doesn't comply, doesn't pay the fine, doesn't do the community service order, there's got to be a backstop.
But Sean, I think we need different sentences. If somebody's persistently reoffending, the causes of that need to be examined, and they need to be sentenced to getting some help. We're not talking about
if you're convicting a woman and sending her to prison, is that more effective than if you convict her and send her to, I don't know, a women's centre or give her a
all the
community
evidence
order?
shows that criminal sentences and sending people to prison does more harm than good. In fact, in a huge way.
Okay.
It's much, much cheaper to sentence people to get help.
All right, let's go to Brenda.
2 weeks worth of prison time.
Brenda, you went to prison you spent 11 months in prison, 5 months under supervision.
Of course,
Of course, they have the sun woman.
Word.
Of all the women in the UK. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the Africa earring.
This is for
the African fucking earrings.
Represent.
She should have probably went to jail for like 5 years. She got 11 months.
GBH offence. You got into a fight defending your sister. This was back in 2000.
Hold on. Let's see why she.
You spent 11 months in prison, 5 months under supervision. This is for a GBH offence. You got into a fight defending your sister. This was back in 2008 when you were 21.
Yes.
So you're a young woman. You got into a fight defending your sister, and you end up in prison, which is
Yeah.
presumably a pretty catastrophic moment in your life.
Yeah.
What do you feel about this debate? Because obviously, as we move more and more, quite rightly, in my opinion, to full gender equality in all things, there will be some men watching this going, well, why should it be one rule for women and one rule for men if they do the same offence?
I mean, I got sent to prison. I had no previous convictions. I was not known to the justice system in any shape or form. I actually was studying to be a childminder and had been inspected. My house had been inspected. So I had my plan, I guess my life kind of figured out at that point. And that situation happened, and it wasn't a plan that I had. I didn't go out on my way to school.
But a lot of men find themselves in that position too, where they get into a fight, it's a moment of madness, and they end up going to prison as well. My point is not that you deserved or didn't deserve that sentence. It's whether a woman and a man should be treated differently for the same offence.
And I still believe that women, again, like Sean said, but there's more to a woman going to prison. Like a man could go to prison and the woman would be the one that brings the children to visit the man. Whereas if the woman is in prison, like Sean said, children do end up in a justice system, like in social service, which leads to more kids being in a system where they're actually more likely to commit.
But that's
did you have
predicated.
children? I don't have children, no.
Right, but this is predicated on the belief that women are the primary carers, right?
Yeah.
But we are moving, driven by the feminist movement, to an age when, and nothing wrong with this, where men are deemed to be just as important in bringing up children as women.
The same
Can you have both running at the same time? Can you say, well, women are the primary carers, therefore they get lesser sentences, but actually when it comes to childcare, we want men to do exactly the same as women?
The same considerations should apply where men are the primary carers. It's just far less common. And having, like the All-Party Parliamentary Group recommends, like the London Assembly Committee that I'm on has recommended, it does make sense to have a blanket policy and build up those alternative services for women, the women's centres that they need, which are just not there at the moment.
I think the trouble is, Mick, the trouble is to lots of people it sounds soft, doesn't it? If you commit the crime you do the time. But if it's not effective, then isn't it something that we should consider an alternative to?
I agree, but some people see these like, you've got to do 100 hours paid work, and most people know these schemes are a complete joke.
Well, then let's toughen up the schemes and make sure that people get something
rehabilitate
out of it.
people. When people in prison, we say they're not rehabilitated. Well, then rehabilitate them. But at some point, prison has got to be the solution at the end of the line.
Yeah, it's really hard to rehabilitate people on a short prison sentence. That's the other.
Women are advocating crime. Women are fine with that shit. Like not getting the same sentence. They cool with that shit. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you had brought up you kind of excluded Pantheon in this women's logic and stuff, but I think it's like happening in a controlled environment. Like if you bring a chimpanzee into a controlled lab where you teach it to punch a button to get some candy, and in that controlled environment it knows what to do. I think that's the way Pantheon is, that she comes in here in a controlled environment and makes a lot of logical sense. But once you put that chimpanzee back out into the wild, it's going to act like a chimpanzee.
You
so
play
I think
too
the
much.
same goes for Pantheon.
Well, I mean, that probably is true. She is a woman. Like, she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Pantheon, like, are you, like, when you're in a relationship with a guy,
a savage beast out of this panel? No, I'm not. But
I believe in you, Pantheon.
thank you so much. I will be able
I
to
don't
go
believe
to
it.
work today with the belief.
I don't believe in any woman. I think any woman, once they're in a relationship, they turn into a different person. I just think
We gotta have at least one around. Come on.
nah, every one of all of them. You see, we not in a relationship with her, man. Like we just this is platonic dynamic with her.
It's good for the show.
Hang on. Don't talk about all women like that.
Yeah, all like. Have you? Okay, how about this? How about this, Matt? Have you ever met a girl and she was the same way when you met her after you had sex one time?
That's a loaded question, though. I mean,
Yeah, I was just gonna say that's loaded as fuck.
That's kind of a loaded question because, all right, I have a bro. All right, well, to answer your question, bro, I wasn't the same guy, quote unquote, before I fucked her. So, no, real talk. Let's be honest here, bro. Like we're not the same when we're trying to get the pussy. We're not the fucking same, bro. Come on, man.
And I got you, but they're different in a different way. Like your difference, you kind of pull back and you less engaged. They're more engaged and more crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, we both change, but they change for the they get scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like most dudes, once they smash, they're like, and then it's like, damn, you might have called her, you might have been blowing her phone up, and now it's like, you might call her a little bit less, and you might think about it a little bit less.
So I think, the stuff I've said, obviously I'm not, female advocate here, but I'm just trying to be real here, bro. Like we all put on masks, we all do what we got to do to get what we want. Now to the extreme is debatable. I think. I mean, most niggas don't, abusers. Most niggas, they're not gonna beat your ass on the first fucking date. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of subjective.
Right.
Oh, you're a savage.
Why you say I'm a savage?
I don't think everyone has a relationship with women like that.
No, when I say I'm not talking about necessarily
sexual relationships.
No one said that.
I'm talking about
no one said that at all. No one said that at all.
I'm just talking about on the dating scene, but yeah, I got you. I mean, but a lot of some men are like that. But here's the thing.
No doubt.
Here's the thing. Let me play this one. Let's see.
If you are a criminal defendant, it is better to be a woman than a man. For the same crime and with a similar criminal history, men in the United States are imprisoned much more frequently and for much longer sentences.
Cook.
That's what I want.
Factual feminist.
Yeah. I wonder what is the same priors too, because I'm sure because women are held accountable less, they probably have less priors, and men be, you know what I'm saying? So that dynamic is very important, the amount of priors you would have.
And this is one gender gap that we hear very little about. Coming up next on The Factual Feminist. Now, we incarcerate people in the United States on a scale unheard of in most parts of the world. If you brought together all of those who are now in prison, on probation and on parole, it would constitute like the second largest city in the nation, and it would be close to 90% male. Now, the fact that more men than women go to jail, that in itself is not a sign of discrimination. Men are far more likely to be rule breakers, risk takers, and perpetrators of crime. This is true cross-culturally. But what happens when men and women are arrested for the same crime? Well, to answer that question, Professor Sonia Starr at the University of Michigan Law School, she examined a huge database of federal criminal cases. Now, unlike other studies that looked only at the sentencing stage, she followed the fate of defendants from arrest through sentencing. And her findings are shocking. I mean, after controlling for the arrest offense and criminal history and other relevant factors, and looking at the process from beginning to end, she found that women are significantly more likely than men to avoid charges, to avoid convictions completely. And they are twice as likely to avoid incarceration if convicted. Now, on average,
wow, that's what I wanted to know. I wanted the hard facts, because like earlier when I said, you know, I don't know, it could have been perception.
You thought I was gonna lie to you, bro? Real talk, you thought I was gonna lie to you, bro?
No, but
Common sense.
I need to hear it because they control for prior. She said they control for prior offenses, and they control for the same offense. Like, so yeah, so that's what I wanted to know. I didn't want to take anecdotal evidence. I wanted to take the hard fact.
The crazy part about this, though, is take all the numbers out of it, right? Prison for men is
way harder
than prison for women.
They're all
Way
lesbians. They're all in there. They're all in there having fun, bumping coochies. We in there trying not to bump coochies and shit, trying to avoid getting our coochie bumped.
They in that bitch braiding each other's hair and shit, bro. Like,
yeah,
Beauty school.
Yeah.
Makeup and beauty school.
Yeah, it's crazy.
average, men receive about 63% longer sentences than women arrested for the same crime. Now, Professor Starr estimates that the
63% longer sentences. That is absolutely insane. God, dog. For the same crime. Shout out to Adolf Diversity, man. Adolf Diversity in the building.
Sir Elsid in the comments said, look at the prison sentences for male teachers fucking their students versus female teachers fucking their students. He's 100% correct.
I'm sure it's higher, yeah. It's probably looked at like, because I mean, let's just be honest. If you're a guy and you boning your teacher, you the man. If you're a girl and you getting boned by your teacher, you're a victim.
It's a crazy double standard.
Yep.
gender gap in sentencing is about 6 times as large as the sentencing gap between Black and white defendants. Now, Starr offers a few possible explanations for the gender disparity. Women are often viewed as followers, accessories of their male romantic partners, so judges and prosecutors might perceive them to be less responsible. Secondly, women are more likely to be the primary caretakers of their children, so prosecutors and judges might worry about the effect of jailing mothers. It's also possible that prosecutors and judges are just more easily persuaded that women who commit crimes have some kind of mental condition, mental problem. Well, what is the solution? Harsher sentences for women? No, that is not the way to go. The U.S. is already known as incarceration nation. Well, you don't want more prisoners. That's not the answer. But if the courts are indeed making exceptions for women for their special circumstances, they should consider doing the same for men. And as Professor Starr points out, about 1 in every 50 American men is currently behind bars. And we could think about gender disparity as perhaps being a key dimension of that problem. So here we have a pressing gender equity issue with huge social consequences. But if you look at the major women's websites, you find mainly complaints about how women are the second-class citizens in our criminal justice system. I mean, on the ACLU website, you learn that women receive harsher sentences for killing their male partners than men receive for killing their female partners. This is completely false. The source the ACLU uses is a 1980s fact sheet from a women's advocacy group, but a much more serious study was carried out by the Bureau of Justice Statistics, and they found that even if you exclude all cases where women killed a husband out of fear or self-defense, women still received shorter prison sentences than their husbands, a 10-year difference on average. But in the current male-averse environment, it's the ACLU fiction that gets noticed and repeated.
Every time you hear about a woman killing her husband in quote unquote self-defense, what's the first thing they say?
She's a battered woman.
Yo, all right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can't be a battered man, so you don't get that. It's almost impossible for you to have that defense. But the bitch could have been nagging and bitching and abusing you mentally for years.
I've taught a lot of students in concealed carry and shooting, and one of the biggest things I teach people is it's called disparity of force, right? It means that a person, their physical stature, strength, whatever, is so greater than yours that they are a deadly threat without being armed. And the number one people who take advantage of that are women.
Yeah, I mean, everything can't be. You can't fix everything. We can't make everything fair.
Sure we can. Sure we can, bro. We can do it right now.
I mean, it's just well, but like it's very hard to like make everything fair. Like you can't.
Well, let me ask you this, Ak. Do you believe that women are our equals?
I think they are equal in as far as beings. Yes, I think a woman's life is just as precious as a male's life. But as far as everything else, it diverges there. After the point of life existing, everything's divergent. Some things they go on their path and we go on our path. And I can't cook a baby, but she can't fucking lift the fucking tree stump out the ground.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about life, right? Okay, a woman's life is more precious than yours.
I didn't say more.
Precious.
I didn't say more.
No. All right. Women's lives are as precious as ours. Okay.
They have DNA. They have half the baby. I have half the baby DNA.
Okay. Well, hang on. So let's talk about this. You can have babies. You can reproduce well into your 90s. Your sperm's still going to be viable. They're not viable to have and produce life past what 43, 44 with IVF. So
it's taxing. The birth process is taxing on them more than so than it is on the body.
Which that's kind of irrelevant. What I'm saying is that you can produce life far longer. Men can produce life far longer, and we can produce more children far longer than women can. That's a fact.
Sperm is also defective after like 35. It starts declining, so that's why there's an increase in
babies with
autistic children. Yeah, especially with older fathers, because like your sperm after it's both sides after kind of 35, 36, both sides are decreasing. Not that it can't still.
Mac, the point is that you need both. Like I don't understand your point.
Obviously, we need both. I'm just saying.
What does it matter?
It matters
man
because
can't nut into a man can't nut into another man's butt and fucking make a baby. So
you're going into left field, bro. I'm not saying that.
But what I'm saying is, you say, listen. But here's the thing: if you're saying that we can produce, you can't without without somebody to cook the baby. Like she gotta cook it. Everybody is born from a woman. You got kids, right, Matt? You got
No.
8 kids, right? Okay, no kid. Okay.
Well, hang on. No, let's talk about this. All right. So yeah, let's get back to that. All right, so one woman, you bust in one woman, she gets a kid. She's pregnant, right? So while she's pregnant, guess what? She can't have any more kids. How many more kids can you?
Infinite
How many?
number.
Okay, thank you. That's my fucking point, bro.
Yeah, but you need women though. You gotta put it in a double.
Like,
wall.
so what?
Who said we didn't?
Then you got to raise them all. That sounds awful.
No, you're talking about societal. We were talking. All right, I'm done. All right, we're good.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying it's not practical in application. Like, right? Like, so yeah, every fucking man can have an infinite number of
You make
children.
shows on guys who are, and I quote, fucking out of both pants legs.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, that's what I'm saying. One woman can only be pregnant one time for 9 months, whereas we can repopulate a small country if we had the access. So this whole women are more viable for human creation, it's a fallacy.
Yeah, but when I bust my nut, I'm done with it. That woman has to eat well. That woman has to rest well. That woman has to stay alive. She has to stay alive, though. You got
So
remember, she
you
has
pick another one. So you pick another one who doesn't have to do all that, sir. Sorry, we're getting into the weeds. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make a point.
Yeah.
And damn, smash though. I would smash grandma.
But like your
Anyway.
point eludes me.
Okay, ask your question, sir. Well, hang on, Ak. Do you want to move on, or what's up, bro?
Yeah. Let's move on.
What I'll just say quickly in terms of equality is we are same but different, and I just feel like that kind of encompasses.
Yeah, very different.
The
Same. But different.
incarceration gap sheds light on a serious problem in the American gender equity movement. I mean, alleged inequities against women, no matter how trivial and inconsequential, and no matter how privileged the women involved, these generate lots of media attention, action initiatives, hashtags. Meanwhile, millions of men, mostly poor, disadvantaged, they're in jail for crimes that would have led to far more lenient punishments, or not at all, had they only been daughters, sisters, mothers, wives, instead of sons, brothers, fathers, and husbands. The over-incarceration of males may be one of the most serious gender inequities of our time. Yet this injustice is nearly invisible. Well, is there anything we can do about the gender gap in criminal sentencing? And why don't more people seem to care? Well, let me know on Twitter and Facebook in the comments section. And thank you for watching The Factual Feminist.
Yo, how is she still like a feminist if she's really got all the facts?
The
come on.
Feminist. They got to subscribe to that.
That's a Nina Hartley looking John there. Y'all know about that.
Don't you think women's lives are just worth more than men in society? That's why I think it probably trickles down to lighter sentences, because we just see
if
them
women.
as,
Here's the thing. I think that men. Let's just be honest, man. War and conflict, even now, but in prior eras, was the foundation of civilization. We take our group of men and we clash with your group of men over resources or territory, and a bunch of us die and a bunch of y'all die. But it is what it is. So, like, yes, the fact that only men, or pretty much 99% of the soldiers in the history of the world, have been men, and those are the people that die on the battlefields to hold up civilization. Our lives are, yes, going to be cheaper, and they're going to end faster on average because of war. But one thing you got to remember too, you live in a time where women survive childbirth at a much higher rate. There was a time where surviving childbirth was a coin flip. You weren't guaranteed to survive childbirth. So like in this specific time where 99% of the men that people go to war are men, and 90-something% of women survive childbirth because of the advances in technology. Yeah, and the fact that most people have access to healthcare, and men use it at a exponentially less rate. Women go to the doctor for every fucking thing, or the clinic, or whatever. Men, I got a collar guard fucking kit and they done sent me another one. I didn't even fucking do the sample for the first one. I gotta do that collar guard thing, man. They sent me that shit in the mail. But it's like men don't go to the hospital. We don't get checkups as frequently as we should. Women are always in the hospital. They're always getting checkups. So yeah, they're gonna live. They live longer. Yes, they live longer than us. They outlive us in this era. I don't know how it was in previous eras. I'm not sure.
So you brought up you brought up a great point about the war thing, and yes, all of us went to war and a lot of us died, but you missed the whole part about it's not politically correct, but when a country took over another country, they killed the men, and what did they do with the women?
They procreated with them.
Exactly. Life makes a way. # Jurassic Park.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. So it's like, yeah, women probably did live longer back in those days on average. You know what I'm saying? On average, man, yeah. Right, to live, but is living really all that if you're living as a second-class citizen? But yeah, shout out to make sure y'all take the $7 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. Support the channel. Sad news, man, guys, man. Sad news, man.
And that breaking news at 5, the AP is reporting the man charged with mistakenly shooting a Northland teen who went to the wrong house will enter a guilty plea in the case tomorrow. Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris Ketz.
And I am Bria Berry. The shooting of 84year-old.
So that guy right there, that 84-year-old man, he passed away, man. Lester, who shot that kid. If you remember the story, I don't know if y'all remember the story.
You did the story on that.
Yeah, this story right here, I just played just to.
For the first time, we're hearing from Ralph Yarl. He's the Kansas City teen who was shot twice after knocking on the wrong door. In an exclusive interview, he sat down with ABC News. Our Kelly Eckerman is here now to share what he had to say about that fateful day.
You'll remember Ralph's story gained national headlines when a simple mistake nearly cost him his life. He tells ABC's Robin Roberts what he remembers about that night in April, how it's changed him, and his feelings about the man charged with pulling the trigger.
It's been 10 weeks since the shooting, and 17-year-old Ralph Yarl is now detailing what happened the night of April 13th that changed his life forever. He thought he was picking up his 11-year-old twin brothers from a friend's house.
As far as I know, I didn't know their family at all. Like, I had never even seen their friends or their parents before, so maybe this is their house.
Ralph had mistakenly gone to Northeast 115th Street instead of getting his siblings from Northeast 115th Terrace, 1 block away.
I actually wait a long time. I'm just on the porch. So then I hear the door open. I see this.
So he's waited a long time. He's standing on this man's porch. You got some black kids, some fucking moon cricket. If you're, you know what I mean? Some black dude is just on your porch. You're like, you may be peering out the window. You may be peeking out the window. Like, who the fuck is that? He's just there. And you're 84 years old.
Does that mean like 30 minutes?
Old man.
This is why I tell people to get Ring doorbells, bro. Get Ring doorbells.
Yeah,
bro.
definitely got one of them. But when he says a long time, it would have been maybe. I'll give him credit. He got shot that night. He probably doesn't really remember exactly, but long time could be 5-10 minutes. You're on my fucking porch.
No. Call the police. Concealed carry instructor. Call the police.
Okay, he's 84 years old. Let's just say that.
He ain't got a fucking phone?
One time. I'm just on the porch. So then I hear the door open. I see this old man, and I'm assuming, oh, this must be like their grandpa. And then he pulls out his gun. And I'm like, whoa. So I back up. He points it at me. So I kind of brace. And I turn my head. Before that, I'm thinking, there's no way he's actually going to shoot, right? The door is even open. He's going to shoot through his glass door, and glass is going to get everywhere. Then it happened. And then I'm on the ground. I fall on the glass, the shattered glass. And then before I know it, I'm running away, shouting, help me, help me.
And listen, this is a tough situation. I mean, had they not made it racist, I wouldn't be even having the take that I have. The fact that they attributed that to racism, listen, go in any neighborhood in DC, any historically black community in DC, and be on somebody's porch just lounging and they don't know you.
So call the police. And this is from a guy who does not call the police. I tell my students to call the police. I don't call the police.
Yeah, but if I don't
call the police
and I shoot you, yeah, but if I don't call the police and I shoot you, is it racism, or is it like I just didn't call? I just made a bad decision.
I don't know. He was probably trying to suck that old man dick, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, man, that is another conversation.
Ran to several homes before someone helped him.
I was bleeding from my head. I was like, how is this possible? Like, I've been shot in the head.
Ralph says he remembers what the man said before he fired.
He only said 5 words. Don't come here ever again.
That man is 84-year-old Andrew Lester. He told investigators he thought Ralph was a burglar. He pled not guilty and is out on bond. Some are calling Ralph's physical recovery miraculous, but there's still mental and emotional trauma.
There are a lot of things that are going on inside my head and aren't normal. I've been having headaches, trouble with sleep, and sometimes my mind is just foggy. Like, I can't concentrate on the things that would be easy for me to do.
Now Ralph says he's just trying to live life the best he can, doing what makes him happy. When asked what justice would look like in his case, he says he's not bitter.
Justice is just the rule of the law, regardless of race, ethnicity, and age. He should be convicted for the crimes that he made. I am past having any personal hatred for him. He should suffer repercussions because that is what our society is made of. Trust in each other. And
now this is a city where, like, literally black people are dying in the streets. They got all type of violence interrupters, 1,000 programs trying to stop the black people from killing people. The mayor pleading with the community for niggas to stop killing each other. And this was the biggest murder in the city in the city that year.
Bro, he's alive. He's not murder, bro.
No, but this is what I'm saying is this is the biggest shooting. That's what I meant to say, in the city. This was the biggest shooting in that city. Last year.
I'm 50-50 on it, man. I'll be honest with you. I mean, from with my instructor hat on, I say call the police, find some hard structure in your house, got your gun up, don't answer the door. If they come through the door, let them fly. Don't go outside of your house, though. Do not go outside of your house, people. But
no,
it might have been it might have been racist, man. I mean, that guy's old, bro. Like, I mean, shit, I'm kind of racist. I'm only 38, bro. I mean, I wouldn't have shot the kid though, white or black.
Now, might have been racist is different from like race. Like, for instance, like any person in any interaction might have been racist. You could say that about any that is a literal catch-all. Every interaction might have been racist.
So you think that if it was a white kid, he would open the door and be like, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing out here?"
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have anything to support that other than the fact that he's old, and he had a firearm.
Let's see his grandson.
What was your reaction?
This is his grandson right here. This is grandson.
When you heard that your grandfather shot Ralph Yarl for ringing his doorbell?
I was disgusted. I thought it was terrible. Myself and my family stand with Ralph Yarl and seeking justice. This is a horrible tragedy. It never should have happened.
Hang on, no. Just because he got braids and damn, he got clean
He's
ass beard.
biracial.
He's reading off a script.
That's a biracial guy. But here's the thing: so Andrew Lester has seen a black person before, so at least we know that. Like this guy, this white guy has actually laid eyes on a black person before.
So that's
Whoever
his
this guy's parent is.
That's his grandson. So it means that one of his kids fucked a son man, right?
Yeah. Or
Okay.
whatever. Yeah.
All
Are
right.
you sure he's biracial? He looks like a complete
don't think
liar.
he's
Come on.
biracial.
Come on. He's biracial as fuck. Come on.
No, because the grandpa, like, he's like a swarthy, like, glider. Like, he's not like Aryan, is he?
The man who is speaking to Don Lemon in that video is.
Okay, so I don't want to get into all that, man, but I just wanted to show you that he had,
I wonder if he's attending the funeral, the grandson.
This nigga look like Snoop Dogg, bro. What the fuck?
he looked like Ali G, man. What's that Borat, the guy the character
he's Jewish.
Borat.
He's
That's Ali, bro. That's Ali G, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sasha is G-Screw.
Yes, he is. But Sasha's funny as shit, man. God damn, he's funny. What's this guy's name? Andrew Lester? Yeah, Andrew. Let me see. Because I want to see what the black people are saying online, man. What the blacks are saying, man. The blackity blacks, man.
Dude, they're gonna say the same thing that they were saying when Carolyn Bryant died. Same thing.
Let's see what the blackity blacks are saying. Andrew Lester fucking died smoking on this Lester pack. This white person says Andrew Lester was everybody's grandpa. He served our country with honor. At the age of 85, he was thrust into the spotlight when he was forced to make a decision in the dark of night when a black male attempted to open his door. May he rest in peace.
The dark of night? I don't think I heard
Yes. No, it was at nighttime. It was at night.
Shit. Well, that actually
It was like
elevates
10 p.m.
That elevates it
on
though. That elevates it. I mean, nighttime, someone's on your doorstep. All right, I'm leaning towards the Nazi here.
And being 17 or 16, he was probably in a hoodie as well. So kind of night, sunteen, dark hoodie.
We smoking on that Andrew Lester pack today.
Princess Peach, stop.
It says, so it says, time to light up that Andrew Lester pack. Yeah, little black people are very happy about it.
He was old as fuck anyway. He died of natural causes. Like, y'all niggas didn't touch him. I mean, George Zimmerman out here signing Skittles and shit, bro. Stop, bro. No celebration.
Yeah, Andrew Lester probably had another 4 or 5 years left in him, but this probably cut his lifespan down.
Yeah, exactly. The stress of because you got to remember they were going to put him in prison. Like this was during. This isn't now. Yeah, this didn't happen now. Like Daniel Penny had happened in 2021. He wouldn't have beat that case. Like a lot of these things that are happening now, you're forgetting that if this happened in 2023, they were going to put this old man in prison with the fucking Pookie and Ray Ray because that was the zeitgeist. Like you shot a black kid because you're racist. That old man had a lot to worry about. He had a lot to fear, man. This guy wasn't just going to go to no camp.
For real.
He was going to go to prison. He shot a black kid.
From a legal standpoint, he should have gone to prison. In my humble and professional opinion.
Okay, that's fine. I just don't think this old guy should have gone to prison for this. I think that you're tugging because you didn't get all the facts in the little piece. I didn't want to show the whole documentary about it.
No, sir, I remember the case.
He was tugging on the fucking doorknob too. The black kid was tugging on the doorknob. He was on the porch for a long fucking time. The old guy came to the door and he's tugging on the doorknob, so the guy shot through the door.
Let me ask you a question. If
I come to your door,
if I come to your door,
I got kids in here. I'm gonna blow your fucking. I got kids in here. You gotta understand.
Hang on. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand that, bro. You got kids, bro. What I'm saying is like, if I come to your door,
right,
and you're in fear,
right,
would a reasonable individual open the door, which is a barrier,
He
and go
didn't
outside?
open the door. He shot through the door. He didn't open
Oh,
the
shot
door.
through the door.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Nope.
He shut through the glass.
All right,
The
fuck
glass.
me.
So
You know how you got
opened the
two
door.
doors?
Yeah,
You know how
yeah,
you
yeah.
got a door and then you got
No,
a screen
fuck.
door?
Oh, all right. I can see the point. I still don't recommend shooting through the door, but
No, I'm not saying he did was right. I'm saying
No.
that it's not racist and it's not like a fucking it shouldn't be a big story in a city where they had a record number of homicides in 2020, 2021, and 2022.
no. I'm sorry. I don't recommend it as an instructor. I apologize. I didn't have the facts. Don't shoot through doors. But yeah, I mean, I can understand it now. All right, sorry.
This wouldn't even have made the fucking news if it was up to me, man. I wouldn't even listen. If it was up to me, a story like this in a city like that, you got to remember now. If this happened in Mayberry, yeah, fuck it, yeah, put all over the Mayberry Beacon Times, whatever the fuck. But in that city, man, it wouldn't even fucking made the fucking news, man. Just some, like literally, not even made the fucking news.
Protests tonight supporting 16-year-old Ralph Yarl.
The shooting suspect, Andrew Lester, is out of jail tonight because he posted bond, $200,000 bond. He turned himself in at the Clay County Detention Center earlier today.
Comes as groups marched on the federal courthouse and police department tonight, saying that they're not going to back down. I'm Kevin Barry.
I'm Lauren Halifax. They're furious about the shooting of a black teenager when he rang a doorbell and the way the case was handled. We have team coverage tonight. Russell Colburn has reaction from the Yarl family attorney and the NAACP.
We begin, though, with Dave DeMarco, who shows us that rally that was held for Ralph. Dave?
And it just wrapped up a couple hours.
I hate to say it, but this is super gay. This whole thing.
ACPD. You gotta understand.
All
this is
white
a city,
people. All white
this
people.
This is a city where literally, y'all, if you've been a member of the chain, you know how dangerous Kansas City is. They have a black mayor, black police chief, all that shit. It's dangerous there. I can't tell you several times in my life I've known of dudes who've gotten shot. When I say several, I mean countless, right? And it wasn't on the news. It wasn't on the news. Like, it didn't make the news because every time somebody in DC or Baltimore gets shot, don't make the news. Some make the news. You might hear it's a shooting. There was a shooting on the such block of such and such. But they don't tell you Daquan Simmons was shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a shooting. There was a shooting on the such and such block on 32nd Street. Blah, 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 blah.
You have to listen to the drill rap to catch that part.
That's what this should have been. It should have been, it was a shooting on 115 terrorists last night and on to the weather. That's all this should have been. Just like the other shootings in the city.
The headquarters, where protesters voiced their concern about the handling of the shooting investigation of 16-year-old Ralph Yarl.
The mother of four, I was deeply disturbed. I did not understand how something like that could happen within city limits, and for the police to allow that, question him shortly for just 2 hours and release him, knowing that any of us would have done that and we would not have ever been released from jail.
Today's protest was planned.
She said if any of us had done that, we would have never been released from jail.
Huh?
That's what that woman just said. She literally just said that. I promise you. Hold on.
And therefore, I was deeply disturbed. I did not understand how something like that could happen within city limits, and for the police to allow that, question him shortly for just 2 hours and release him, knowing that any of us would have done that and we would not have ever been released from jail.
Today's protest was planned before 84-year-old Andrew Lester was charged with 2 felony counts and turned himself in. Took place.
Yeah.
That nigga.
No, hey, real quick. In my hometown, Dothan, Alabama, we had a guy who was arrested for capital murder. He got bonded out. This is recent news. You can find it. Dothan, Alabama. He had charges for capital murder. He got a bond, and he was just rearrested yesterday for shooting into an occupied dwelling.
How much was the bond?
I don't know. Should have been fucking 0.
Yep. Shout out to Douglas Chunks, man. Douglas Chunks, man. They say turn in the chat green. Shout out to Douglas Chunks, man. I may
Nah, bro,
have to
turn
do
that shit red. Get on my level, bro.
I may have to do a daytime members only stream tomorrow, like maybe an hour or something during the day, members only, man. Shout out to Douglas Chunks, man.
A short time after he bonded out, paying 10% of a $200,000 bond.
All these women.
Read her shirt.
Oh no! All these women
Look
got
at that
Her
thing.
shirt says,
black.
"Black boy, mom." So I pray a little different.
Oof.
Jesus Christ! They're so unaware.
Good spot, man.
They're so like self-unaware. Like your kids are the one. Listen, man, this shit is crazy, man. This shit is
And the O's got a target instead of an O. It's like a target circle on the boy and mom. That's crazy, man.
Whoever designed and made that shirt is a fucking evil genius.
This Memorial Day weekend has been an especially violent one. In addition to those 7 homicides, there were several shootings throughout the metro. 2 teens from Independence.
There were 7 homicides in Kansas City over Memorial Day weekend, and none of them, you can't name one of those kids.
Were severely injured in one of those incidents. Independence police says it happened in the Hawthorne Place apartments. A carload of people drove by a group of teens and shot at them. It caused bullet damage to a nearby car and apartment as well. To
I wonder if they're going to name any of those kids.
better understand youth violence, I sat down with several teens today. What do they think is the problem, the solution, and what kinds of conversations about crime are they having among themselves?
I just You're not going to talk to any Asian kids?
Is a problem because a lot of conflict happens over
Kids really mean to each other.
maybe cyberbullying and stuff.
I think because people getting bullied, and I think that people can't stand up for themselves, and they think that they can get a weapon to like face the enemy. I mean, it's a lot going on. I feel like you don't really need to be blaming the children. You know, it could be like a parenting.
If I want to go have fun and do something that's not criminal, I have to go a ways away. And if you're just a regular teenager, you don't have transportation, you don't have this, what else do I want to do? It's so easy to just go down the block and go with your big brother and be like, hey, can we go do something? 9 times out of 10, it's illegal. So what else?
All of the teens that I talked to today.
9 out of 10 times it's illegal.
Working together to address violence in South Kansas City. Tonight, Kansas City officers, business owners, and community members met to discuss what needs to happen. I'm Lauren Halifax.
I'm John Holt. One of the big concerns, youth violence. Police say it's a growing problem on the South Side, but say they have some ideas. Fox 4's Shannon Russo live in South Kansas City tonight with some of those
Midnight
solutions.
basketball.
Shannon.
Yeah, John, the new commander of KCPD South Patrol hopes to get officers in the Hickman Mills School District having lunch with the students. His hope with that is that it would build trust between officers and the students. From the safety of a church,
Them niggas ain't
ideas
there for
formulated
lunch,
on how to
Rose.
make South Kansas City safer. Groups sat at tables discussing how South KC has changed over the years and what actions or programs could be implemented to make it safer.
Bringing some more activities for the youth to do, because when the youth don't have anything to do, they figure out things and
Now,
They
could you
shoot
say
each
that,
other.
Yeah, the uniqueness of that. She doesn't know that that's a unique thing, that every group of kids in every race, if they don't have anything to do, they don't kill each other. I'm talking about not just like in some, like these, we're talking about hundreds of homicides a year in one city and thousands of shootings, non-contact and non-fatal shootings. That's not normal. That's not how every group of kids is when they don't have something to do.
And also, I guarantee you they have something to do. It's called homework, but they're not doing it.
Exactly.
bringing some more activities for the youth to do, because when the youth don't have anything to do, they
They figure out things, and it's not always the best.
Natalie Keys admits she had to mentally
That's
get it
one way to
together
put
show
it.
up tonight, knowing KCPD officers would be here.
Because in my community, we don't always, you see the police officer, it's like, okay, there they are over there.
But after sharing a table with Dave Jackson, the new commander for
Now I can't
KCPD's
do
Spot
anything
Patrol, she was
crime
able to
related.
relax, thankful for his ideas on how to address problems with youth in the area, like the idea of officers having lunch with students at Ruskin High School.
One of the things that I want to do at South Patrol is create opportunities for the police to have non-confrontational interactions with kids.
Commander Jackson is new to the role, but is determined to address youth violence, along with other issues like gun violence, as Kansas City saw 169 homicides last year. As of this year, the city's seen 51 murders.
Going to funerals and seeing violent carnage takes its toll on communities, it takes its toll on officers.
Yeah, so there's not one victim was mentioned in any of those stories. Not one was named. We just got numbers. 7 over the weekend. 160. That fucking kid, Ralph, y'all, he's on fucking Good Morning America, though.
He's a millionaire.
Exactly.
Today, students returning to classes in the Turner School District with increased security.
And these types of incidents can really weigh down on our kids, but there are groups that are working to help.
Our reporter Leslie Dellisbore introduces us to Thrive and some of the kids it refuses to leave behind.
I got into Thrive when I was like in 8th grade. I just figured I would be dead by then.
This was the harsh reality for
The girl figured she would be dead by the 8th grade.
Because she hangs out with gangbangers.
I got into Thrive when I was like in 8th grade.
Or
I just
her
figured I
family's
would
in
be
a
dead
gang.
by
Well, she lives there, man. All you gotta do is live there, man.
then.
This was the harsh reality for Kalia London.
I grew up on Quindaro. Yeah, it's pretty rough down there. I've had a lot of drive-bys by my house, like across the street, the house always got shot up and whatnot. You'll sometimes walk out and there'll be like dead bodies on the corner.
But after joining Thrive, she had a new outlook on life.
I had got involved in some stuff, and being in the program occupied my time.
We're trying to teach them beforehand, before they actually get burnt, that these are the things that you may want to be involved in or pay attention to, because they do matter to you.
Thrive, which stands for Together Helping Reduce Youth Violence for Equity.
Creating a plan of safety and security for kids.
What are their skills? What are some of the things that they see in the community as assets and things that they could change?
We also help students to identify their gifts and their abilities and why it's important to utilize those gifts.
Helping them survive by staying off the rough streets.
A lot of times it's just because they're in that smaller box and they have to be forced to be around stuff and they don't have control of getting away from it.
So that other students can get a fresh start like Kalia.
I'm a freshman at KCKCC. I didn't plan my life out this far and whatnot, so they're helping me figure out what plans I have in life.
In Kansas City, Kansas, Leslie Dellisbore, KSHB 41 News.
None of it's going to matter because in about 3 years, she's going to get knocked out. So it's just going to be another kid trying to raise another kid, or the grandma's going to be raising that kid. It's just a circle. It's like an endless,
frightening crime in New
misery.
Jersey.
Police say 2 people, one an NFL player, were followed from Manhattan to a home in Morristown, then robbed at gunpoint. News 4's Adam Hart.
And I guarantee that NFL player was kneeling and talking about blacks can't get a break in America, all this shit.
The frightening crime.
And racism.
Police say 2 people,
Yeah,
one an
and
NFL player, were followed from Manhattan to a home in Morristown, then robbed at gunpoint. News 4's Adam Harding is live in Morristown with the details for us. Adam?
And Gilma, one neighbor tells me he's heard of NFL players being robbed before, but never did he expect to see something like what he saw earlier this week here in Morristown. And tonight, what has some most concerned is police say the suspects followed the victim more than 30 miles from New York to New Jersey and then robbed them.
Oh, of course I was scared when I saw that. I was very scared. I said, my God, something is going to happen.
It was breakfast time Saturday around 8 a.m. when neighbors in Morristown's Windmill Pond community witnessed the shocking armed robbery.
to be honest with you, I cannot make sense of what happened because I saw them that they took something and the garage door opened. And I was thinking, oh my God, this is a robbery.
This woman, who did not want to be identified, says she saw 3 men get out of an SUV carrying guns. Police say the group robbed the 2 victims of money and personal items before getting away. Tonight, they're still on the run.
We live in Morristown, New Jersey, where things typically are pretty quiet and safe, and it's a little disconcerting.
Police say the robbery appears isolated. The victims were targeted and followed by the suspects for more than 30 miles, from Manhattan to Morristown. A neighbor confirming one of the victims is a football player for the New York Jets. The Morris County Prosecutor's Office would only confirm to News 4 the incident remains under investigation.
This is the best community ever you can think of. You can even sleep with the door open. Before what I saw, now I look all over the place. It's scary.
Neighbors say they're shocked such a brazen crime could happen in their quiet community on the water.
Either way, I look.
So next time they see some nigga walking down the middle of the street with a wife beater on taking pictures of houses, they're probably gonna call the police. Press 1.
Look at it, there's nothing we can do about it. It's unfortunate that it comes to a place like this, but these things happen, and you have high profile people that get targeted as they go out in the city and otherwise. So it's definitely disconcerting, but there's really nothing we can do about it. You just have to hope that it doesn't happen again.
In a statement tonight, the mayor in Morristown says this appears to be an isolated incident with the public not in any danger. Meanwhile, the investigation tonight is still active and ongoing with the suspect still on the loose. Investigators tonight turning to the public. If you have any information, please.
These isolated incidents always happens like 100 times a day. Always isolated.
Right. When they say isolated incident, it's a black dude. If it was a white guy shot and did that shit, there would be fucking APB out on his ass. They just with a black girl, it's just like, hey man, if y'all know anything, call us, man. We're gonna be at the fucking station. Let's see. We covered that gang, these motherfuckers yesterday.
What's going on in the Congo?
Congo? I don't know if there's any updates. Nothing, no updates, because yesterday they took over that second city.
That was pretty fast. I thought it would take them a little bit longer.
Let's see. Yeah, it's the same shit from yesterday. We didn't get no.
What if they take over the whole country?
Who, M23?
Yeah.
Rebels? I don't know, man. If they do, man, I don't know what the next step is. I mean, all them resources, everybody got to figure out how they're gonna get all their cobalt and all that stuff. Because as long as everybody get their cobalt and their minerals and shit, they're gonna be good. They're just gonna be like, now if the new people M23 try to raise the price of all that shit, withhold it, it's gonna be a fucking problem with the rest of the world. Yeah. Yeah, nothing much, man. But yeah, you said you wanted to say something about flat Earth, man, earlier, man. Go ahead, man.
I mean, it's not a spinning globe. I'll say that much.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember a while back you were like showing the technology in the '60s. You're like, look at this shit, car commercials, NBA.
Hey guys, Bobby Thompson.
Coming
at you with my
way, right?
Go ahead.
So allow me to introduce to you Exhibit A, and this is from 1964. Talk about technology and aviation. Can you pull up the SR-71 Blackbird? Do you know about that?
The SR-71 Blackbird.
And now this is from the night. This came out in 1964. And if I hadn't told you, and I told you that this is their newest plane the United States is coming out with, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I mean, that's a model one, but the insane engineering of the Blackbird. Now, this plane right here came out in 1964 for a way to spy on like Russia and shit, and it goes up to about 70,000 feet, and it's the fastest plane ever created that was manned by a human, and it has a cruising speed of 3.2 Mach, so 3.2 times the speed of sound. Now, this is in 1964.
So you said 70,000 feet, right? How many miles is the moon away?
The moon is 250,000 miles. But what I'm trying to tell
This
you
thing
is
goes
that
70,000 feet, but the moon is 250,000 miles away.
right. But what I'm trying to tell you is that they had technology back in 1964 that had airplanes like that could travel 3.2 times the speed of sound, which still is the fastest plane ever built that was carrying a pilot, a manned airplane, right? So what I'm trying to say is that they had unbelievable aviation technology back then. So I mean, comparing it to like their, 1969 Ford Mustang is completely different than the aviation technology they had. Like
Wonder where we
if
got
I
it.
showed you this, if I showed you this airplane, this looks like it will be introduced today. You know what I'm saying? Like this is, and you should see the engineering behind it. The way these engines are made to go that fast. It's pretty
No,
sick.
I got you. But what I'm saying, all I'm saying is that they showed us the thing that they went to the moon with, and it wasn't this. Like you're acting as if like we have to theorize that they went to the moon. They showed us the whole moon shit. They said we went with this. Here's the thing we went to the moon with. So are you saying that? Are you at least conceding that that's some bullshit, and then they actually went to the moon with this? Because if you're conceding that, it still means that they lied.
No, I'm not saying that they went to the moon with this thing. I'm saying that if this was available in 1964, 5 years before they sent people to the moon, right? This type of technology, it's not unreasonable to think that they can build a rocket that can take somebody to the moon because of technology they have like this. Like,
so they didn't lose. Did they lose? Did they lose the information on this because they lost the files and all the data on getting to the moon from the.
They made a mistake.
Did they lose?
Well, okay, about losing the technology or the blueprints or blah 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 about going to the moon. You can see some videos about it where it kind of they have a response to that claim, and it's not technically what you think it is. And with the other thing, this was retired because we got satellites. So this was kind of like it was not needed. It was too much to what do you call it? Use because it was every time you turn the engine on, it required a lot of money to use. So once we got technology like satellites, we didn't need this thing to go 70,000 feet above Russia to take pictures and surveil them. So the satellites took over this airplane's job. So it was retired.
Okay. So this is your evidence that they went to the moon. Okay.
Well,
but you can't go to the moon with it.
The only thing I'm saying is this is not my evidence that we went to the moon, but you were comparing
that they had advanced technology. This is your evidence that they had advanced technology. Okay.
It's not really though. It's just a plane. It's a jet plane.
It's not just a plane. It's a very.
Is it a spaceship?
No, it's not. It's not meant to be a spaceship. And that's
so
not even my
the leap
point.
in logic. The leap in logic here is they had the jet plane. They probably had a spaceship.
Right.
Are you proposing a UFO conspiracy?
No, there's no. So what I'm
Then
trying to
come
say
on,
is,
man.
Listen, I'll say
okay,
this.
can I
I'll say
answer the
this.
question? You keep cutting me off.
There's no
I'll say
question.
this.
I don't have a question.
They do have
I think you asked about 3 questions.
They do have technology that they don't allow us to know about, and they've had it for eons.
Yes.
They let so much be known to the public. They let what they wanted, what they want to be, known to the public. But as far as going to another planet and doing all of these crazy, it's virtually impossible. And they've talked about it in numerous books, and countless.
Operation Fishbowl.
Yeah, research and
Okay,
everything.
so
Like they're not getting.
I
They're
got
not going to leave this planet.
I got another point of contention for you, Ak, about the So when you talked about one time when the astronauts came back and they were given that press conference and they all looked like they were super serious and they were like looked like they had a gun to their head and shit, right? And you were like, damn, I'd have been happy as hell, whatever, right? I'm pretty sure, Ak, you didn't watch the entire thing. Can you at least admit that?
No, I mean I watched a lot of it, but what part is it? What part is the
There are some parts in there where it does get a little bit lighthearted. They do kind of crack some jokes, laugh about it. But what I wanted to tell you is what I noticed one time I was watching this. Which one that blew up? Columbia. It blew up in like 2004 on its way back from quote unquote space, right? It blew up, right? While they were on their descent, they were talking back and forth to Houston, telling everything about what's going on and shit. And slowly they started realizing that the fucking thing is falling apart. So they're going back and forth to Houston saying like, hey, well, we noticed tire pressure is getting really low on one of the tires. We're noticing some heat signatures. We're noticing some heat temperature gauges that went offline. And it got to the point where the spaceship was like tumbling, and it was tumbling like it was out of control. They knew they were about to die, and the nose cone at that point fell off. And the guy is talking to them like he's pushing like accounting numbers from the cockpit. Like they were that trained to keep calm. And
Sounds
they're
like a nice
tumbling.
story.
Well, I mean, there's no story to it. It's like literally, like it's factual that they, died in Colombia in the disaster. Like that, like you don't believe the fact that they died?
You're Indian,
on that
right?
crash?
You're Patel.
Pilots are taught to be that calm too. I mean, they have
Right.
to
So
go
what
through
I'm
all the
saying is
motions.
The one in the
When
80s, I
those
think it was
people-
88. I think
if
that
those
one was
people-
fake.
Especially
Yeah.
when they're in the room next door.
If those people could remain that calm when they know they're dying, and they're trained to be like that, I don't really find it unreasonable that those people that came back, they were like really serious and they weren't like all giddy like little schoolboys that came back from a night getting lucky from a girl.
No,
I don't think
nobody
it's
said
unreasonable.
that. We didn't say they had to act like giddy schoolboys. We just said that their behavior was very odd and very alarming, and it just raised a red flag. It was just very peculiar. So you believe this? You believe this guy's really in space? That guy on that thing, he's really outside of a spaceship, and he's really attached to a rope on the side of a spaceship. And he's like, what do you call it? Like, what do they call it? What they do with the speedboats?
Spacewalk.
Like, well, yeah, he likes. You believe that? You believe?
I don't. I would say I don't see any reason not to believe it. Like, so I think the video that you just showed was the first ever American guy that did the spacewalk. I think that was that video you just showed.
Mm-hmm.
Except when they landed on the moon, right?
What's that?
Yeah.
Except when they landed on the moon, right?
What do you mean?
That was space, and they were walking on the moon. So that was the first spacewalk. Right?
Well, the moon has gravity.
Oh, okay.
It has 1/10 of the gravity of Earth. So they're not floating on the moon.
Oh. They'll hop.
Anyway, I just wanted to show you that.
They're like hop and bound on the moon, right? Because it's 1/10 of the gravity.
Right. And there's a lot of questions as to, so when you see like Apollo 11 or 12 or 13, you see like when they take off and they're going to go back and connect with the orbiter, right? And they're like, hey, wait, well, who the fuck is taking the camera? Like the video of them taking off, like who's standing there, right? There's like a
Hey, let me
critique of
ask you
that, right?
this. Do you think India just landed on the moon?
I don't know if they did. I mean, I think they tried a couple of years ago and it crashed. They had
They
a
told
rover
everybody they did.
supposedly. Well, a couple of years ago they had a rover supposedly that was supposed to land there, but it crashed. It didn't do it. And I don't know. Recently, maybe I haven't been following India's thing. I know they have a rover around Mars, which I know you guys don't really know about that either, but I don't know about their endeavors about on the moon yet. I haven't been following them.
Hey, real quick, I'll put in the chat. I'll put a video. I'm not saying that you have to go through the entire video, but if you skim through it, it's a group of scientists who, you know, they kind of prove the theory. They have a balloon and they send it up quite often just to show and prove that we are on a flat plane of existence. So like if you go on in and you click through it and you just skim through towards the end, you'll see. And actually with this, you know, they have it set up where you can pan the camera any which way to see, you know, what's going on, and the entire time you'll just see a flat plane. No curvature or anything.
If you go up to 35,000 feet, whatever cruising altitude is, on a clear day in a plane, you can do this yourself, you will see a flat horizon. There's no curve.
Yeah, 35,000 feet ain't shit. 35,000
It's not true.
is nothing. You will never see a
not true.
curvature of the Earth at 35,000 feet.
Then when would you see it?
You would probably see it on the International Space Station. You would probably get to see the curvature of the Earth because that's about 250
So
miles away.
you think the photos of space are real? The photos.
Right, but do you think the pictures that are drawing
Answer the question.
of a flat Earth are real? You think the drawings are real?
I never said anything about flat Earth. I said the globe Earth is absolutely not true.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we don't have to prove the flat Earth. You have to prove the globe.
Why? Why do you not have to prove the flat Earth if you say it's a flat Earth?
Because we haven't been teaching it in schools to kids.
But you're still making a claim.
Yeah, but we're not claiming to have all the answers. Y'all are claiming to have all the answers for your model. Your model, you have all the answers for your model, so you should be able to prove it. We just saying that it's not, that your model's wrong. We're not saying we know everything.
Right, but I think what happened to me, what it seems like, Aki, is that whatever is shown, you see the same amount of evidence as I do, right? Or people that believe in the globe do the same amount of evidence. The only issue is you don't believe it, right?
Go on YouTube. Go to search altitude test.
To believe is to accept without facts.
I have to love you and leave you. Enjoy space. Bye.
I opened up a can of worms, man. I just wanted to show you the SR-71, man. That's really basically what I wanted to show you, man. But yeah, that's cool. Another thing is, I'll give you one more issue I have. Like, everybody talks about the Van Allen belt, right? They're like, oh, there's this big giant radiation belt that is between the Earth and the Moon. You can't get across it. It's like a huge.
Y'all, NASA, y'all said that we didn't. No one. I had never heard of the Van Allen belt a few years ago.
Well, it's one of the things that's being used to discredit the moon landing. That's what I'm saying. The Van Allen.
Yeah, because they didn't know about it until after they had to. They didn't learn about the Van Allen belts until like a few years ago. So you basically saw the
Van Allen belts have been known for a while.
Well, here's the thing: you went to the moon. Then after that, you discovered that there's something that literally like everybody would have had like instant like cancer, like that would have killed them in like seconds if they had gone through it. And maybe that's why they were acting strange at the press conference. But that wouldn't explain why they're all still alive too. Like that wouldn't explain why they all lived into their 80s. But still,
Well, my point of the Van Allen belt was going to be the fact that so NASA is this big giant lie that they make up all this shit, right? But then they find out, oh shit, there's this thing called the Van Allen belt, and nobody can get past that. So let's make that public to let them know that we discovered the Van Allen belt, and they actually named it after the guy who worked at NASA, some guy named Van Allen something. But yet they make that public to show everybody that no, we can't get past that. Like if they discovered it, why wouldn't they hide that and say, oh shit, don't bring that up? We got to make sure nobody finds out about that.
well, here's the thing. Here's
It makes
another
sense,
thing
right?
too. Like, maybe they discovered it and they didn't know that it was radiation. Maybe they discovered it and then while investigating it, they found out, and then but they had already discovered it and already too many scientists in on it. You know, maybe they just, you know what I mean? Like, it isn't like, oh, the Van Allen belt, we know everything about it. No, it's like you find it, and then you study it, and then you investigate it, and then you learn more about it, learn more about it. Over that time, it's already out the bag. So, yeah, this is flat. And listen, I was in my hotel room the other day in DC. I was on the 6th floor, and I was looking into the distance, and I kept seeing more and more. It was a clear day, and like I saw to my, because like they have all these silo, what are those water towers? You know, a lot of water towers and high rises in the distance, but it's really a lot of flat land out there in Maryland where I was at, and I could see water towers and high rise buildings that from where I was at were like fucking 30, 40 miles away. And it's like, yo, how I'm not supposed to be able to see that because it's the curve.
Just watching these videos, like you watch these videos and you take this seriously, like they're in zero gravity or.
It is a
Yeah, I
vacuum
mean, if
up
you can
there.
debunk it, man. Hey, listen, I would love for you to debunk
It
these
looks
type of things.
ridiculous. Look at her hair.
And they're always in
I mean,
the
saying it
same
looks ridiculous
stance.
is not really debunking it. Like, if you debunk it, man, I would love to be corrected. Like,
It's
I would
just
stand
frozen,
corrected.
stuck there. That's not what they say would even happen.
Look at that. Look. Come on, that's a harness.
It's pretty obvious.
So all three of them got harnesses on. In that enclosed area, in that small area, all three of them got harnesses on. They're not getting tangled up.
I'm more than sure they do. Yeah.
And they got CGI'd out. I'm not saying that the harness is everything they CGI'd the harness out. Yes, all three. Look at this
And look
shit.
at the stance. They always in the same stance. Look at that. Look.
Why they not like?
Why are they smiling?
Yeah. Why are they just?
Okay, so
why,
you don't like when they
no
smile,
national
and then
music.
you also don't like when they're super serious.
Look, pay attention. Look.
They never said that.
This is the
Okay,
biggest con job.
What are we looking at?
You tell me. Like a fucking bunch of guys in space just look. The CGI.
That's
shit.
a dangerous situation, my friend.
Wow. All right.
People are you ever been on a plane, man, and nobody's talking, you might see some people having some conversations, but we're going 500, 600 miles per hour, and we're like everyone's just waiting to get on the ground. These people are going 17,000 miles per hour, and they're always fucking like it's like the fucking improv up there.
It's green screen.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is green screen, man. This is worse than my green screen, man.
Yeah, but okay, so just to play here, like I don't mean to be difficult, but how do you know that this video hasn't been edited from the original video to make it look like it's real? How do you
Because
know
all this
that?
stuff comes from their website. Like this is the same stuff you go. This is the stuff they put out.
So
It's NASA.
so this company that's been doing it since the 60s, and they got billions of dollars, and they're all making fake shit up, but then they get caught with this amateur type of
It's
shit,
a
like
black budget agency.
Yeah, I mean, no one. If you think about it, no one questions this stuff. Like the people that question it, like me and other people, like we're a very small group of people questioning it, and
can
like
you
they
can you go to the
good.
source video and show me the same thing? Or is it always some
I mean,
other
we went
video
to the
that's been
NASA
taken from
website
another?
the last episode. We went to the NASA website, and all the shit was wacky and weird and shit. I don't know if I can go get all these the exact source of all these, but this is the same stuff they put out. Like we watch stuff straight from there. This is just a compilation of it. This is a compilation
Right.
of all.
But this compilation, I would be skeptical of this compilation. I don't know if these videos
Okay.
have been edited to make it look like that. I would like to go
Okay.
straight to the source video.
Well, here's the thing. It's funny how you question that the video that we're showing you here is fake. We question that the fucking actual trip 250,000 miles away in 1969 and talking to the president on the fucking phone from there is fake, and you can't. That's unfathomable. But you think that just this video is fake, and it's
Dude, if this video's fake, there's a big conspiracy going on.
That what you said, how they were talking on the line, that has all been explained how they did that. If all you got to do is research, all you got to do is Google how did they do that, and it's all explained in detail what it took for them to do that. They did that. They set that up prior to when they actually went to space. They set that up before that, so it was ready to go before that. Like it routed to Houston, and then Houston had a direct line to the president of the United States, where
So
he
are
could
they in space?
talk to them live.
they
You
still
can't even
talk
get
to
a
someone
you
on
can't
Earth.
even get a stable signal
They
on a
still
cell
talk
phone.
to someone on Earth from space, whether it was whether it was Houston or Washington D.C. It was 250,000 miles away in the fucking sky, and it was
Correct,
1969.
but they had a receiver on their lander, right? They had a satellite that would catch that receiver signal, beam it down to Houston, and Houston had a direct line to whoever the fuck president was, Johnson maybe, I don't know who it was.
All right, man.
I'm just saying these are explained. These things are explained.
Look at this guy
The
lifting
only
this
thing is,
weight. He's making
the
fun of
only
us.
difference is, the only difference is you don't believe it, and majority of the population does. It just seems like it's more than enough evidence about all this stuff.
We
I mean,
supposed to believe
they
that
have
this is
That's
reflectors on the
because
moon.
500 pounds on
you
each side.
you ever heard the term the masses are asses?
Yeah, facts.
You're just refuting the evidence we're showing you.
This is NASA shit. This is NASA stuff. This is stuff they put out back in the day. This is the old stuff, the old bullshit.
Well, what if you found out that one of these videos was a hoax? Just one of them. What would you think? Would that have any dent in your skepticism or
I would be like, why
denial
was
about
a
that?
hoax on their NASA official channel? I
No,
was like, why
not
was
NASA's
it
official
on the
channel.
NASA
I'm
official
saying like
channel?
let's say you compared the two, the original source of the NASA video, and then you saw that it was hoaxed by somebody and
But
put it
you're
on.
basing a lot on the fact that the stuff they put out has been doctored by the people who just compiled it. And okay, like,
Well, I'm just skeptical. I'm not saying that it has been. I'm saying it could have been, because this is not the official source video. This is just somebody that's showing you stuff which could be which could be edited. That's all.
All right, now listen. I'll say this because I actually am trained in the visual arts with CGI, all of that good stuff. I'm telling you, when you're looking at these videos with these these guys in the so-called space station, I mean, I can see clear as day that this is green screen. I mean, clear as day, green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see the flaws all in it. And
But
anyone
they didn't
with
have this level of CGI back in the
else with
80s, right?
a trained eye that understands CGI, how it works, especially now with the quote unquote AI technology, which is nothing new. You know, they can see it and they'll tell you the same thing. Oh, that's CGI. That's CGI. It's BS.
Salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real VP, coming through once again. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, on that
I mean,
note, man,
just because one last thing, just because art can imitate life doesn't mean that the actual life events are also manufactured.
yeah, I mean, I got you, man. I straight up and down, I straight up and down, we'll talk. Come with some better stuff next time, man.
All right, I'll do some more research.
Yeah, same black time, same black channel. Out of here. Subscribe.
Peace.